Dex. Dex, what do you normally do when we go live, huh?
What do I normally do?
I'd like you to prove that you don't have a boner right now. He's got a boner. I saw it. It's just he's really small, so
No bone.
there it
No
is.
bone.
He's never okay.
No women around, man. Full heterosexuality over this way.
Okay,
So,
all right. I just wanted to make sure.
yeah.
The second you start talking to guys, I was like, I was concerned. I thought he was Homo erectus, if you know what I mean. All right. Anyways, how was your week, Dex?
It was good, man. Got a lot of stuff done at work. It was my birthday.
Yeah, happy
Did the
birthday, dude.
birthday thing. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah. Other than that, learn some things about some things. Learned about some property in my area.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Dex is now the potential landowner here. He's gonna be a fucking real estate mogul here pretty soon. All right, so today's podcast we got a special guest from all the way across the pond, as they used to say, but that would be in reference to British people, but still, he's from the Europe. He's from the what do they call it? The European Union, Shedey.
Yes, that's how you call it.
Hello. He's an official European Union member, so we kind of wanted to get somebody who's got the European perspective of us fat, ugly stupid, ugly Americans. So.
Oh, come on! You're going to hard on yourself, dude.
That's it. That's it. All right, so we're gonna crack open a couple topics. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining up, by the way, and thank you, Shedey, for being our guest today. I think I'm gonna go ahead and. What do you think, Dex? You think we should fire up the old intro here? I think it's time.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's time.
Warning. The Atom&Dex show contains adult language, adult content, psychological mayhem. Listener discretion is advised. And now, the internet's most bannable podcast, The Atom&Dex Show.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Intro over. Done. All right, we got a couple sweet topics to go over this week here. Oh, let me get this going here.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah. You remember this one, Dex?
Yeah.
Doesn't this remind you of the one that I made?
You made a good one, on the bridge.
Yeah, about the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Right.
Kind of along the same lines here, So, long time ago, many moons ago, many podcasts ago, Shedey. What do you? Let's start with Shed. Look at this little graphic here, and basically, it's showing you over time. Even though we've had a lot of pollution, it's almost as though our sea levels haven't really risen. What do you think, Shedey?
Looking at these pictures, yeah, you might be right. Literally, the only thing that changed is the buildings.
Right.
Nothing.
Right. Yeah. Just development, really.
And I believe when I was talking to you last night, Shedey, Dex, get this one. They have in Poland an air tax.
Oh yeah, we do.
They tax you, so they have these programs to clean up the air in the area, and they're basically it comes out of everybody's income, so they just get taxed for it.
So Adam, I will correct you a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
It's going a little bit further. So basically speaking,
Okay.
we have some places like Krakow, for example, where air is literally polluted to the ground. So if you go to the city where air is naturally fresher, basically more trees, more climate, and so on, you have to pay to breathe this air. If you rent a flat or apartment, there is an air breathing tax added because you are breathing freshest air. And yes, this exists.
It just
So it's not
sounds
so basically
insane.
it's not even only about the cleaning the pollution,
Yeah,
it's also about how fresh air you have in the city. So all
right.
courts basically have this tax.
And we have similar shit here in the United States. Like we have like clean water taxes and air pollution taxes, and that's why they put all these um, different restrictions and regulations on our vehicles as well. Like, our intake and our output of our vehicle has to be a certain way. They even banned us using here in California. For me, I don't know. Dex is in Georgia, which is a whole different state, but here in California,
Don't dox me, bro.
sorry, he was in the south of the U.S. partner. He's a real rootin' tootin' cowboy. But here in California, they have like you can't just buy a gas generator anymore. So like if your
I
power
get
goes
you.
out, yeah, it's
So in Europe,
You can't. You cannot.
we are having
No.
even harder problems here. So European Union fought over a thing called Fit 55,
Yeah.
and basically they want to ban all gas cars till
Yep.
2032.
Yep.
So
That's where
basically
we're heading.
speaking, they are forcing us to use electric cars. But bro, truth is, this is a little bit madness because this is nothing. This
Wait,
has
you can't
nothing.
own a fucking gas generator, bro?
In California, no, not right now.
Dude, I have like 5 at my house.
Yeah. That's
Get
That's
rid of them, man.
fucking crazy, dude.
yeah. You can get like a one that's on natural gas, like propane or natural gas provided from the utility. So you can still get a Generac generator, but you can't like a diesel or a gasoline generator. You can't use.
That is insane. I had no idea. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Shed. I'm just
No.
mind blown.
Bro,
No,
if you're hearing what he's saying, it's the European Union and California are like really fucking similar, bro.
Okay.
Like,
it's
great.
called insane.
Yeah, it's insanity, bro. All right, I think Dex, are you still reeling? You got any other comments on this one before we move over to the
No,
next
yeah, I
topic?
mean, yeah, it's global warming and all that shit's fake, man. It's all to get our money.
Oh, that's right. We forgot. Dex. Disclosures up front, okay, Shedey? The show's all fake. It's all for entertainment purposes. None
Yeah.
of anything we discuss here today is real.
know,
It's all
I get
phony.
ya.
Yeah.
I
It's all
get ya.
phony baloney, okay?
It's
However,
all comedy, baby.
it's all comedy, and anything we talk about, we're gonna talk about as though it is real, though. Okay, we're gonna pretend it's real, but it's all
Part of the
for
content.
yeah,
I get you,
Yeah.
man. Don't worry, not the first podcast here.
yeah. Okay. All right.
And
So
by the way, for context, Shed, we've been gaming with Shed for quite some
for
time.
a hot minute, yeah,
Super smart dude. Got
very
great takes.
very
We're
sharp.
in for a treat.
Yeah. I could go into his background a little bit, but I'll let him talk about what he wants to talk about. But he's really sharp guy. All right, so recently there was a woman found dead in the mountains and was a victim of California's first fatal bear attack.
Feminists gets what they deserve.
You finally got it.
The feminist giving. All right, Shedey. So, do you know about the question, the very popular question that's been popping up about asking women would they rather see a man or a bear in the woods?
Question
Yes.
from the whatever.
Yes.
I'm watching this. Actually, I'm watching whatever. So yeah, I do, and that's why I said that. Yes, they just got what they deserve.
Yeah.
They have their own verse.
Too bad it wasn't a man, right?
Right.
Yeah. It could be
Are we
SA,
getting-
man. It could be SA. It could be worse.
Dude. Yeah. So, what do you think, Shedey?
I mean, bro, we're going from insanity to insanity, okay? So I a little bit base myself on the whatever because I actually watch it. And
Yeah.
the same problem with women we have here in Poland. but we are like 10 to 20 years maybe earlier. Basically, OnlyFans is not so popular in here, but
Okay.
and the truth is, yeah, women are being socially engineered to dislike men, and
Mm.
Yeah.
population
Yep.
just goes down, guys.
Holy
We have
Totally.
fuck.
Yep.
this same thing we have here in Europe, and like let's say the gaps between men and women are just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I would just add myself like this. Yes, I believe that this shit is happening, and we as men should start thinking how to actually make it right. Because
Yep. There you go,
if
man.
we continue going with this, many men will just have miserable lives, and miserable men creates miserable times. That's my opinion.
There you
Right,
go.
like,
Yeah.
well, we like hard times and hard men create good times, right? And then
Yes,
good times and soft men make hard times, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're.
exactly.
Yeah. That's the
And
cycle.
I
Exactly.
and I think you're right, but dude, I when I look at the playing field, it's not the women's fault. It is, but feminine or feminists or whatever. But also the men themselves got to step up too, man. Like
Yeah.
men are not being men, and like it
True.
disgusts the women. So it's both. They got both sides fucked. You know what I'm saying? The
I
playing
mean,
field.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, you're right. The second problem is we are having a problem of feminization of men. Basically speaking, it's like women are starting to become more mannish
Yeah.
than
right,
men,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
basically speaking.
Yep.
So I
Sheddy's out
guess
here preaching,
yeah,
man.
yeah, man, right, bro. I believe in something called strong body, strong mind.
Yeah.
Basically speaking, you need to be as intelligent as strong,
That's
and
very good.
many men forget about second side. They go only one side. They go
I
only
love that.
body or mind, and then you just miss a part, man.
Yep.
Where
Right.
we actually need to like go a little bit further, evolve maybe as a man. Because truth is, we want to give women some freedom, but by doing this, we kind of let some men basically become, let's say, more girlish, and this led women to get control, and
Yeah.
this creates all this bullshit we have. We don't want them to be enslaved, but on the other hand, we don't want get wrecked by them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get led and directed. You.
every one of you will just repeat me right
Yep.
now probably.
I
Yeah.
know,
No.
100%.
100%.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
killed it.
You
Yeah.
crushed it. That was very
The
what
the
you
ol-
said right there at the get go of your commentary when you said it's socially engineered. Like it's
that was great. Yeah.
this is not an organic natural process. This is very much an engineered and um
Like,
directed process,
And
right?
and
That's
it's
happening
only
right
it's
now.
only like another spice to the pot too.
Yeah.
It's not the whole soup. You know
Yeah.
what I
yeah,
mean?
like think of
Correct.
it
This is
that
just
way. Feminism itself, if wouldn't be corrupted, it would be decent, because it was meant in theory to actually, let's say, create this place for women to live here freely, right?
Yeah.
But when it got corrupted to get used for like social engineering and bullshit, right now it just creates women who tend to want to get control,
Yeah.
and that's not good, because
Mm.
we know we are living in a men's world, and if we will snap out at some day, well, those times are not good for women anytime. Furthermore, bro, if you want to find some really crazy examples to give your women what's going on in Europe, for example, and I will call Ukraine because there is a war there, and because of this, laws there doesn't work like they should. Bro,
Yeah.
you have no idea what hell women have there. Like literally hell. Actual hell, man. And they
Well, a
don't
lot of
know what can
countries aren't
happen.
as progressive as the
I mean,
European
this is
Union and
this is not
also
about
with
the
America as
progression. Look
well.
at this. When war started there, a lot of forces were forced to go to the front, right?
Hmm.
So if you commit a crime inside the city, there is
No
little
more men.
probability that
Yeah.
you will get caught, right? So
Yep.
at this point, this is literally a jungle. The
Yep.
strongest wins, and men is always stronger than women. They
Yeah.
do
Right.
what they want, bro, and women don't want to know what's going on there, or they should,
Right.
because
Yeah.
if they will look at this and see their women being killed, or S8 or whatever else by Ukrainian people because they can.
Yep.
Bro,
No, it's 100%. So what it is like there's other protected classes of society, right? Because you have men. Men are so strong and dominant, like they'll dominate themselves. They'll dominate women. They'll dominate, the youngsters of the group, right? So it's like that's why you have to have, like you were saying, like feministic laws, and also laws that protect children and stuff like that. So that way, creeps and assholes don't take advantage of them. But the issue is now what they do is it's kind of like a Trojan horse. They hide certain things and like this whole, like what you're saying with the social engineering of women needing not to have a man in their life in general, right? And not and being you need to be the dominant one. Now that's being pushed to the forefront. So as we know, the reason why you don't see a lot of like female CEOs is and because that's usually taken up by men, and the men are usually taking up more risk and stuff like that, and that's due to their nature, right?
That's emotional logical thinking too. The difference.
I was trying to skirt the exactly what you're saying, but it boils down to that, yeah. Like
but you know what?
if you have a lot of emotional decision making, and then you can drive and you can manipulate that a lot more. So if a lot of the decision making is generated and done by a more emotional portion of the population, then you can drive their passion to whatever direction you want because
and there are women who are logical thinkers. It's just their chances of becoming more emotional thinking will happen before a man, just naturally. So, and I think just to add on to what Shed said, Shed, you killed it, by the way. I think it's a sad thing because at the end of the day, women do it to themselves by believing in the agenda that they're pushing for them, and engineering for them. What ends up what this is what's going to end up happening. I'm telling you, 10 years, 15 years from now, you're going to have the most lonely generation of older women.
Bro, it's so
Kidless.
sad to hear. Yeah.
And, dude, and here's the thing. They think they're hurting the men and all that. Men at the age of 40, 45, we're still getting it. We're still chilling. A woman at the age of 35,
man
30.
is like a wine, bro. Man is like wine. With age, we just get better.
Get better, bro.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not, the feminists think they're getting at the men. You're not winning.
Yeah.
You're not hurting us.
Dude. Well, it's like whenever I listen to like people nowadays talking about their situations, like it's sad. Like nobody wants to get married, right?
Right.
Nobody wants to fucking have a kid.
Like, dude, I'm 30. I don't even want to date.
What? Wait,
you know
wait,
what I mean?
But for what? Like, I want just to add one thing. Think of it that way, okay? So it's your word called hoflation. You know that.
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Math.
So first,
math includes hoflation.
So I will go a little bit further because speaking like about the fact that women right now wants to have a zombie of a man, right? That you have this part of this guy, you provide from this guy, you have a sex from this guy, literally impossible. But like think of it that way. We have a problem because our society made homeholds, right? Made like basically speaking, family needs to earn like 2 salaries instead of 1 to actually live for, right? Basically it forces women to work, but actually this is wrong. Think of it that way. Man was always the provider. If women would be taught to be, let's say, this rock for the man, right? To help him achieve something, right? Everything would be different, right? Because right now women just want to get things.
Totally.
Just to get delivered. If they would be taught to
support,
help, to be a partner, to support, exactly. Everything would be different.
100%, dude. Instead, they're taught to be independent and not to support.
Like, dude, think of it that way. I'm finishing 30 in this year, okay? And I had at least 3 to 4 long relationships, like 4 years plus, bro. I'm telling you, I've met the worst women possible. You get it? One of them
Yeah.
left me a scar on my eye. I was looking like a fucking lion from a Simba, bro. Literally.
Mm.
You get it?
Got
For
scarred.
for what reason I would like to have kids or get married with women like this
But
if
it's so
I knew that
difficult.
after
Yeah.
a year or
I
two
wish a
they
bitch
will
would,
just
bro.
go mad. Like, don't get me wrong here. I don't judge
One
every
good
woman.
time, just one time.
He's gonna give him equal rights and equal lefts, baby.
Oh yeah, equal rights, man, equal rights.
Shit. I think let me see. I think are we good? We can move on to the next one because I think we hit
It's a
a
long
pretty
one, bro. We
it
should
is it
move
is
on.
it's we can go on all day on this one because it's so
Exactly.
much to dive into on that topic, but I just thought it was funny that conveniently after that whole discussion of would you rather see a guy or a bear in the woods, a woman dies to a fucking bear. Like what kind of fucking irony is that? That's really funny.
Imagine if she ran into a man,
Yeah, maybe she wouldn't be dead.
Essay, bro, I'm telling you, essay would be worse. I'm telling you.
Yeah, according to
She
them.
wanted the bear.
Oh man.
But
You
it
got-
is sad.
Hey,
to
hey, they listen. They got. This is just a joke, but they met a man. Sure, they had SA happen, right? But they still lived. So they,
right.
not only did he save her day, he gave her a good time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Traumatized for life.
traumatized for life. Just kidding, bro.
She'll remember him forever.
He left a lasting impression. And no, that is disturbing. Those pieces of shit deserve the worst. Absolutely.
I'm not starting then.
No. You're good, Shedey. You don't need. Say what you're comfortable saying. Don't say anything. All right. So, one of our, American UFC fighters had this to say recently on Twitter, or X now. I'm so sick of seeing foreign flags in America. I don't get it. You left your corrupt country to come to the USA, and yet you still rep what you fled. The worst is Hispanics born in America flying a Mexican flag. Where is your loyalty? Just go back, enjoy your foreign flag. That's interesting that he's had that to say. What do you think about that, Shedey? How do you feel about immigration?
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to show you something about it because you have the same problem we have.
Yeah.
So there is this portal called Virtual Point,
Yeah.
VP.pl. So I checked right now. They actually changed it probably very like now probably. So they were using Ukrainian flag in their logo for years right now. You get
Okay.
it? It's a most polished site. We have the same problem, bro. Ukrainian flag was used all around the politics in Poland as our own.
And
So
you
don't
guys
get
share
me
a
wrong.
border with Ukraine, right? In Poland?
No, we don't. You get it? We don't. It's literally, this is.
You mean there is
something
no
that-
border? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, no. I mean, no. This is not what I mean. Yeah, we do share border, but my point is, we are not the same country, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So if
Oh,
you
100%. Yeah.
if you're USA or Poland, you should be using only your flag, bro. Only and only because that's your country. You're showing off your country, right?
Yeah.
If you're showing different flags, it means that you, I don't know, it's a good word to say support, but rather you're more with those people than with your people. Because you
Bingo,
literally
yeah.
Yeah,
Their
because you
ideals
literally
align with their
you
old
try to
country
push
than the new
their
country.
marks, their flag, their
Yep.
ideology into your politics, right?
Yep.
So we have the same problem,
Yep.
right? I mean,
Totally.
at this point, we mostly use the European Union as the second one, but like it's a little bit different, right? Because it would be like the state uses the USA flag, right?
Yep.
But in your situation, is literally the same we had with Ukraine. So I'm against it. We are our own fucking country, and if there is a person who's from its country, okay, let it use it. But if
Yep.
it's somebody who's literally connected to your country, he should be or she should be literally only connected to your country and only to the business of your country.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Because how could you know they have the country's best interest in mind, especially if they're going to be living there from now on? You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is interesting. I'll let Dex. Dex, what do you think about this one? Because you're familiar.
Yeah,
with the UFC.
I think if I had a tribe or group of 15 people, and Shedey had the Shedmeisters, a group of 10 to 15 people. You had the Dexinators and you had the Shedmeisters. Well, the Dexinators just couldn't get it right. Okay, so we know the Shedmeisters are right down the road. We need some help. We need to get this shit together. We go to the Shedmeisters. We're not going to keep claiming Dexinators. They took us in, and now we're rolling as the Shedmeisters.
Yeah.
And we're putting on for the Shedmeisters because we couldn't do it as the Dexinators.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I mean?
100%, dude. Like I don't, even though my nationality is like Northwest European, I don't fucking go around and identify as a goddamn European. You know what I mean?
Right.
I identify as fucking an American.
Yeah.
Like, and same with you. I know you have similar, ethnic background, but and other people who there's a lot of Hispanics that are here in America that totally identify once again like as an American. And they don't like their, like you said, the country of origin, right? And other, but it's like I get him saying he's frustrated when people come here, and I do know some people that would rep their country of origin more than they do where they live right now. That's providing for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's providing a better life for them. So it is frustrating because you're like, well, you should love the country that's supporting you now.
Yeah.
And
my tax dollars got you this shit, bitch ass motherfucker. No, but that's what it is. And I agree with Sean Strickland 100%. By the way, huge Sean Strickland fan. I think he's awesome.
Yeah,
I think
got some good points and some bad ones too, but I do like.
I think he defeated the gay African personally. I think that was messed up.
Is he gay though? Is he? Is it, or is it
And
still?
he kissed his coach, right? Like made out with his coach.
Oh, did he made out with him?
Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty.
Maybe he's bi. I don't know.
The bi African. Sorry.
Yeah, isn't he from? But he's Nigerian from New Zealand or something like that, right? I can't remember what he is. You're talking Israel Adesanya, right?
No. He actually beat him. I'm talking about the dude afterwards.
Usman.
That was his name.
Usman.
It went to decision and they gave it to the other guy. And Sean Strickland was piecing dude up, man.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know who it was.
It was. Fuck, I can't remember.
Aljamain? Was it Aljamain? Sterling?
No.
I don't know. But I know those are the people in that weight class. All right, we can move on though. We can figure out that person and their sexuality later. Or maybe it's soon never to be discussed. All right. Here we go. Breaking news. President Biden will sign an executive order that will allow the U.S. government to deny asylum and deport immigrants who cross the border illegally. Reminder, Republicans voted against the toughest border security legislation in decades.
How convenient.
Irrelevant.
Right.
Just
at the end of the term, how fucking convenient. You know what I'm saying?
When he was running, he wasn't advocating this stuff. And his whole term in office was quite the opposite of this. Anyway, all right, I'll let Shedey hit us. What do you think about this one?
Always same stuff happening here. So what's going on in Europe, let's say, is that Ukrainian people is being forced to be basically flown away to Ukraine to war, right? So basically, we are having the same situation here. And don't get me wrong, okay?
Yeah.
Your situation is a little bit different because Mexico is not.
We're not in war with them.
It's mostly
right.
Yeah, it's mostly about Mexicans and those people, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like adding this to the point because they are closest to you.
Yeah.
So In our situation, we have different problem because our governments want to send us to war to fight with Ukraine, like against Russian support Ukraine, right?
Hmm.
While there are millions of Ukrainian men which can fight for them, and they are just here in
Yeah,
Poland, in Germany, and all across the Europe, right?
they're
So
leaving.
why
They're
we
totally
should
fleeing.
fight? Yeah, so why we should fight for their country when they are literally escaping,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
this situation is a little bit different. And don't get me wrong, if those people would be those kind of people, because there are some Ukrainians which are crazy good. They are literally feeling like they're, I don't know, ethnically Polish or German because they're living here, they're having families working here. Those are different people. But there are a lot of rich, entitled fucking kids who can just go and fight, and they
Yeah.
just drink here and do nothing and party, right?
Yeah.
So I will say this, okay? If and if only there is a situation where your own people would suffer because of the immigrants, then yeah, sending them
So
back is sometimes the only solution.
yeah.
But, and there is a big but, you are not having the same situation where we have, where we need to decide who dies, right? It's
No.
literally just,
Well,
yeah, it's literally
I'll tell
just a
you.
fight,
I might
right?
enlighten you on some of that where there is a situation, but let's let Dex get his food for thought on this, and then I'll speak up on to what I was gonna say about that.
Yeah, man. I'm not left or right winger. I'm an American. So I just think it's very convenient as far as this topic, this post or whatever. Biden.
The timing of
Um,
it, yeah,
yeah, just it's perfect timing for him and his reelection. It is 100% proof. If you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, wake the fuck up, people. This is prime proof. This is against his whole fucking
Hey, I
program, his whole thing. This whole time, he just
you have
flip flop
election now.
reversed to gain more fucking votes to continue
yeah,
his presidential bullshit, man. This is all a scam, bro.
I forgot you have election now.
yep,
Trump
yep,
versus
yep,
Biden.
No,
yep.
Oh, okay. So
So
I will finish this quickly. I told you, Adam. Okay,
sure,
red pill and blue pill, guys, is literally just a purple pill. You
yeah,
are dosing
yep,
the same propaganda
yep.
and the same shit over and over. You know why I know that? Because in Poland, I have the same shit. Actually, two
I
parties
so many
came to the
similarities.
power.
Yeah, even in Mexico,
It's
even in
yeah.
Mexico, we'll get into that later, dude. It's trippy.
Mhm.
So, dude, okay, so one of these concerns why it's not like, oh, just so many Hispanic people are coming over from Mexico. It's not just Hispanic people that are coming over the border, and that's the terrifying part. We've had a lot of like uh Middle Eastern people come over here. We've had some terrorists come over from the border, right? And they're undocumented, and they're in our fucking country, and they're lost in the sauce now. We don't know where they are, quote unquote. Even though we knew they came over here, we've had arms dealers come over here through our fucking border, and we know they're in our country. We just don't know where they are because they're undocumented. And then we've gotten a lot of Chinese nationals, men of military age, coming through our border too. A lot. And we don't know where the fuck these guys are either. Yet they're in our country. So that's kind of sketchy. So a lot of Americans are like, what the fuck are we doing about this? So there's a lot of interest and a lot of concern about it. And now, because like what Dex is saying, because it's convenient, because of the election coming up, to optics, making it look good for him, he's going to go ahead and do that. But the thing is, I don't even think he's making that decision. I think his campaign team is making that fucking
right. This is the best play to
Yeah.
be reelected. It is.
right. And I think the guy's just getting fucking wheelchaired in like a fucking puppet, Like I don't think that guy's all there all the time, and he's
Oh, dude,
Me,
he's clearly not, bro.
me,
I think there's a video. He's literally talking about D-Day, and he literally says, "Oh, when those guys they stormed the beach off those boats, they stormed the beach and they sacrificed their life. That was outstanding." Dude has no idea. Like,
what year he's in, even.
Like, how you gonna say something like that's outstanding, bro?
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, I think we could move on to the next episode because we'll get into more stuff on that later. But
But
I don't.
and
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
like I said, one more thing.
Final thoughts.
When I'm
Final
talking
thoughts.
shit, when I'm talking shit about Biden, I'm not just talking shit about liberals. You know,
Yeah.
liberals are stupid as shit, but it's not just them. They're not the only problem. You know?
I don't.
And the other side,
I don't
the
think
other side
it's.
is equally.
That's true. That's true. Both sides are problem.
I don't.
That's true. Both sides have a problem.
I don't think Biden's even there. I don't think I'm not. It's not about him. It's about our government trying to save face right now with the people because they've stepped in so much shit with us as the people. They've pissed off a lot, not just the red or the blue, the left or the right. They've pissed off everybody recently with everything. And so there's not a lot of favorable sentiment with our government, and this is the government being like, okay, we'll change, baby, keep sucking my dick, you know. But anyways, I think we could move on to this next one here. So there was a guy, I think it was in like Spain, yeah. This Spanish comedian was like saying something about this guy's kid, and the guy comes up on stage and slaps the shit out of him. The guy like cowers in a corner, anyways, so the guy like had to apologize for this to this guy after making that joke. What do you think about this, Shedey? I don't know if you saw the video. There is a video that goes with it.
No, I didn't. But actually, I mean, one thing. Did something actually happen?
Yes.
This is my own. So something actually happened. This guy was actually guilty.
Yeah, no, this guy was saying some weird shit about this guy's kid, and the guy comes up on stage and slaps the shit out of him.
So basically he was just joking about this kid.
Yeah, kind of. So here's the video.
Yeah, okay. Give me some context.
Ooh.
Oh, I see. Okay, so no. Okay, don't get me wrong, okay? You go to a roast. Wait, you go to a comedian roast show. What do you fucking expect? What do you actually expect? Somebody will roast you, or your woman, or your kid. You don't go to show like this if you can't comprehend emotions like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If this fat guy did nothing physically wrong against this 3-year-old boy, 3 months old boy. Sorry, didn't see that. Don't get me wrong, bro. Yeah. It was a stand-up jokey comedy. This guy didn't hold its nerves.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair.
I mean,
I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe with what you say, sometimes things can happen.
You might piss some people off.
I mean,
absolutely.
Dex, but it's a little bit like this. You go to a stripper club and you're offended because you see boobs. Come on.
I mean, that's kind of right. That's kind of right.
Look, you go to a comedy show, you don't expect to hear about sexual assault.
You might though, if you depending on what comedian you're going to go see.
If it's a roast, bro, if it's a roast, in Poland we call it stand-ups.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
Yeah, so we call it roasting here in the States.
Yeah, basically, right. So if it's a roast, bro, no. You need to be aware that somebody will shit on your family, on your ass, on your dick, on your face, because that's how roast works.
True.
So if you go to a comedy which is roasty, at some point, if you know the comedian is roasty, you need to be aware that he's gonna shit on your girl.
Look, when I was on the playground when I was at school, and you roast somebody, be expecting to potentially get fucking roasted with a fist. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Of course, and it happened here as well. But still, that's some kind of art, right? This guy roasts for money, so you need to be ready to get roasted.
Shedey, you make a really good point, and I think your point is very strong.
Yeah,
and
you're
very
right.
right.
In normal situation, if someone would roast me on the street, he's chief our mind, bro.
Because it's in Spanish though, we don't know what he said, so it's
Yeah.
kind of out of context. We just have an idea of what he said, the context of what he is about, like a general idea. So I'm not a big fan of normalizing pedophilia type shit though. So I will say, like, if I was that dad, I might have a similar reaction, because you do get those paternal instincts of you need to protect your child, right? And if somebody's saying some creepy shit about your child, where it's like, this is not of legal age to make some creepy remarks about, you know? So I kind of get where the guy's coming from, but at the same time, if you're in a country like in Spain, I don't think they have freedom of speech like we do have here in the States. So in the States, I totally agree with you with what you're saying. If you're going to a comedy show, they might say some shit, and if you don't know the comedian, you might not be a big fan of what you're going to go see, right? So it's kind of it's kind of on the guy being an idiot for not knowing what kind of, if that's not his type of comedian, then don't go fucking see him, you know.
Not even. Look, this is what I'm saying. All right,
here we go. Here's the Dex.
I'm saying, bro, with freedom of
Dex,
speech,
you got the floor.
I believe
Here you go.
right?
Here we
I
go.
believe in freedom of speech 100%. But there's a difference of a 6'5", 270-pound man's freedom of speech than a 5'6", 140-pound man freedom of speech. I hate to break it to you, but it's the truth. There is a difference. Okay?
No,
if you are an out of shape guy who really doesn't have much knowledge of defense, you probably shouldn't push boundaries so much, especially when you are talking or speaking to an open crowd who is probably just, obviously he's not maybe he is a well-known comedian. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, it doesn't look like it's that big of a venue. Looks like it's kind of like a, 50-person tops venue.
Yeah.
So probably not, so he's probably not signing up to go see this particular guy. He's going to this venue for a good time, hanging out. He doesn't know what he's getting into, this guy. I'm not saying the guy was right for punching him either or hitting him.
Yeah.
But I am saying, both are kind of in the wrong.
I think,
it's like
I can see both sides.
Yeah.
There's a point to be made about both sides of where these guys are coming. However, there is a third point, which is the hilarity factor. This guy's huge. Look at him walking up like the fucking Terminator, right?
Right, yeah.
And he's shorter than this guy. And the guy...
He knows he's about to...
He knows he's about to get slapped the shit out of, right? This guy winds up, pow! Smacks him. And the guy immediately puts his foot out in protection. And let's listen to the sounds. The sounds make it even funnier.
Well, this guy does well, though, defending, honestly.
He kind of does. I know mijo means like his kid. I think he's saying, don't talk about my kid, right? Bro, that guy kind of looks like me. I fucking said some shit. Don't beat me up. Stop it.
Yeah, man, that's all it is, bro. And see, this is the thing. These type of things get made a big deal, and they try to be a side thing. Dude, in a kid's playground, when the teachers aren't watching, this shit happens all the time, and it makes men, and it makes pussies.
I think there's a solid comedy factor to it, though. I think that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think this is just a general disagreement of what happens, and we blow it out of proportion.
The face, though, the guy's face. All right, we can move on. more MMA, UFC stuff. What and when is the proper use of a hammer fist in the MMA, Dex? Shedey, do you watch the UFC a little much at all, or no?
From time to time, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna let Dex shoot it. What's a hammer fist, Dex?
Hammer fist, you're hitting somebody, you're hammering down, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. You rear all the way back and you let it down.
So now, is it a legal move in the UFC? I believe it is because I've seen it several times.
Yes, it is.
But when is it not legal, right? Like, When is it
You
not?
can't hit people in the back of the head, right?
Yeah, and I think it's also or when people are getting up or something like you can't knee people in the face while they're getting up or some shit too, right?
I think fists are generally 100% legal, right? At all times, right?
Oh, okay.
Why not? Why would it be? I mean, I would
I don't
say
know.
you can't hit them in the balls because if you
This-
hammer fist somebody in the balls, it looks like you're kind of jerking them off, and that would be
Well,
gay.
I think you can't. That they used to allow you to hit people in the balls when the UFC first came out, and I know,
Really?
yeah, yeah, dude, there was like no rules, man. But now obviously they got a lot more rules and regulations of, like, I guess
You
you
want to
could-
reproduce the earth with some warriors, you know, so don't want to hit the warriors in the balls. I get it.
Shedey, this one was sent in with no context, or it was just an interesting topic, I guess. I just thought it was
I get
interesting.
you. No props, man. No props.
What do you think,
Actually,
Shedey?
I mean, you know what? So, hammer fists are really sketchy if you ask me in terms of the combat, bro.
Yeah.
Because true fist, you can literally do close to no damage with hammer fist. Depends on a position where you use them, as
Yeah.
well as you can literally kill your opponent, right? So
That's just about any
don't get
move,
me
though, dude. Like elbows.
don't get me wrong.
Whew.
Elbows and knees are way more vicious,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
I mean, dude,
yeah.
think of it that way. Yes, but if your opponent is lying on the ground with a head on the ground and you start hammering his head, he's dead.
And dribbling
He's
it,
dead.
yeah, oh yeah. In
He's
real
dead,
life,
bro.
in real life, yeah. But they got these like springboards and padding on here, but it's not a
Right,
lot,
right, yeah.
but still, yeah. I get what you're saying. Oh yeah, in real life, if you start doing this shit to a guy on on a drunken bender fucking alleyway, yeah, or you remember how they used to say curb stomping? Remember, because curb stomping is illegal. People used to kick fucking people's heads into the curb, and they would die. Yeah, that's not good. I just thought that was interesting, because it was like, oh, okay, a little off topic. Because UFC's always in the news. All right, here we go. Next topic. Mexico elects their first female president following the deadliest election campaign in the country's modern history. Here's what to know. It says Claudia Sheinbaum was elected the country's first female president after a bloody campaign or election campaign that saw 37 candidates assassinated. What do you think about this, Shedey?
Coincidence?
Yeah, right?
Coincidence? I mean, don't get me wrong here, but like,
Or
we
design.
are living in those times, man.
Right.
I mean,
It's all
bro,
over the
like-
world, dude. You already know. Just like in the fucking Ukraine with all the Zelensky opponents, how they got fucked over.
I mean, bro, like think of it that way, okay? You have
Yeah,
one
man.
apple and 40 people, right? And you turn off the light, you turn on the light. 39 people are dead. One person is alive, and
And one person's elected president.
exactly, yeah. So
You think there's nothing fishy with that?
yeah,
So
this
funny.
is literally the same I told you about the.
I think
the death
Venezuela had
policy.
something similar,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the same thing I told you about the death of Polish officer, which was
Okay.
responsible for solving the 50, 60 arson cases in Poland, which just
Oh
happened
yeah,
recently,
you were
right?
telling me about
Yeah,
that
that's
last
what I
night.
told you. Yeah. So Dex, to your knowledge, there was a police officer who was meant to solve very mysterious situation in Poland. We had like 60 arsons at one time, but like they were told to be like Russian things and Russian doing, but like when you look up what was burnt, and you see that
And who
a
was
lot of
burning
those
it, yeah.
buildings, were literally meant to be sold for investors, or those investors just couldn't buy them.
Yep.
So this guy literally took his dog, went off his home. He had a wire for a dog. I don't know how it's called, like the
And
dog
you're
wire.
talking about the officer that
Yes,
that
exactly.
found- that
think of
was
it way, Dex.
investigating
this
it.
This guy had this wire 3 times circled around
leash.
his
He's
fucking
talking about a
hand.
leash.
Leash. Yeah,
leash.
exactly. So
Yeah.
he had this leash 3 times circled around his hand, and he went off to woods for a walk with his dog. After 1.5 kilometer, he suddenly, with the same hand which he holds the leash, grabs his hand, grabs the gun in his pocket, holds it, and shoots him,
Yeah,
holding the fucking leash, man.
yeah.
Like, this is the worst fake suicide I've seen in last 10 years, man.
Yeah.
So if my small country is doing this kind of things, because this guy was told to commit suicide where everything is wrong there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely politics
Involved.
doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I am not implying that it's true, but
But
again,
it
I'm
is
saying
suspicious.
coincidence doesn't exist anymore in these times.
Right.
It's one time, maybe two, but you have 37 coincidences here, and I can't believe that it's true, man.
There's
And
a
by the way, don't
yeah.
get me wrong. In Mexican's history, that's actually funny. There was a woman who was really bloody cartel boss, bro. Like
Yeah,
one of the
what was her
bloodiest.
name? I can't
Yeah.
remember her name.
So yeah. So my point is, Mexico history tends to have very bloody women.
Yeah. I can't remember her name, but there was a
That's what I'm
female
gonna say.
cartel leader.
So that's what I'm gonna say here. Nothing else, nothing more.
No, you're good. Dex, what do you think, man?
Yeah, no, I think this is cartel acts of violence, right? Probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
37 candidates assassinated, bro.
Well, like, yeah, the number is insane, dude. Like 40
That's
people.
so many of them, bro.
I mean, 4, maybe 3, but like 40?
Yeah, straight up the word used here is assassinated too. Like
this
meaning,
this is the same government. We're just letting their people like flee into our nation, right? So
yeah,
we
true.
need a national emergency, is what we need.
Hey, it's
But
been
bro,
called. It's
it's
been
like
called though. Problem solved.
bullets were flying till nobody started showing off as a candidate. Come on.
And I would say, like, hey, this isn't America's problem. At this point, this is kind of America's problem, man.
And you know what? Shedey makes a really strong connection because the next slide I have queued up for this is here's that president now, right? With the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink. So just like
awesome.
Shedey was saying about that investigator who was investigating those arsons that were those artisans that were benefiting investment people like this guy, right? The investment firms. Seems like they usually get the people they want in power in place, right? Or if they don't, then they get rid of those people. So if that investigator was going to prove that these investment firms were guilty of arson, then I'm pretty sure, yeah, they probably would have wanted that guy gone. Like, it's a little too convenient that he suicided himself, right? Or
I will add something small to here.
unalived himself.
So, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it was the conspiracy theory in old days if you believed in something. In these days, conspiracy theory is when you don't believe in something.
Yeah, no shit, right? It's more of a...
And many people doesn't know that, man.
Yeah.
Because look at that. No, another coincidence that this woman is literally a big benefit to BlackRock. Yeah, no.
Yep. Crazy. And as we know, BlackRock owns like every fucking company and fucking stock in the planet. So a little too coincidental. We'll see how this plays out.
They're not the only one, right? Like there are probably around 10 to 12 groups, actual, like let's say Illuminati wise groups, which are doing that, but like this is crazy subject, man.
Yeah. And it's all over the world, like you're saying. It's not just exclusive, like it happens in America, it happens in Mexico, it happens, in Europe. Everywhere. All right. We got this next one here. US and allies say China is aggressively recruiting their fighter pilots. So Five Eyes partners accuse People's Liberation Army of using Western military talent to train its aviators. Wow, isn't that treason, man? In America, wouldn't that be considered treason? Like, you're gonna go as a American pilot, go train your enemies, because China's not an ally of America, right?
No.
So So if you're not an ally, that means you're an enemy or potentially an enemy. And that used to be called treason, and people used to get hung, tarred, and feathered, or get put in prison for life. You know. So, what do you think, Shedey? What do you think about this one?
About your situation, man.
Actually,
Actually,
right?
man.
Yeah, true.
I mean, at your situation, yeah, if it weren't be the fact that you're in a kind of economical conflict with China, then nothing would be wrong to just share knowledge, right? But at the situation like you have right now, yeah, if any US citizens help China, I will be objective here. They are committing treason, man, because you are at the verge of war. So anything helping your opponents is literally a treason. But
Yep.
like, it's just logically. It's not like
Yeah.
I believe it is, but it's just the logic, man.
Yep.
But I'm actually curious what Dex would say about that.
Treason. Kill him.
I knew it.
Yeah. I, man, it's like, what do you gonna? The world we live in nowadays is it's everybody for themselves and no fucking punishment, no repercussions for our authority or government. And then meanwhile, we get told you go to work every day so we can suck your fucking tax dollars out of your goddamn paycheck. And shut up, and we tell you what to do. When it used to be the government was representative what the people wanted, and now it's flipped. The people are supposed to represent what the government wants. What the fuck? When that happened, and it slowly happened, but we should have seen it coming.
Quick question. Do you
Yeah.
have the same situation that your government is literally doing everything opposite to good to your society and stops doing bad when you just start telling them not to do it? Like a society. Because, for example,
People
in
are telling
Poland,
them not to do it, but I think the thing is you can only ask somebody to stop beating the shit out of
yeah,
you up so often until
so
you
I'll
actually
give
have
you
to
an
fight back,
example.
right?
I'll give you an example which we have here. Okay, so
All right.
and I told you, I believe that our government is literally a zombie of other different country lobbyists, right?
Yeah.
So what happens in Poland is that our politics only does everything good for different countries. You get it? So it doesn't matter if Polish people will starve, will be poor, will even die. If it benefits, I don't know, at this point for now, Germany and France, that's okay, right?
Yep.
So in here, we are getting worse and worse situation, economical situation, laws, and so on. So, for example, if our politics start pushing the line with all this war bullshit that they want to send us, they stop doing this only and only at the moment when we, people, tell them, if you do this, we go to you and we start throwing rocks. And at this point, they stops. Do you have the same situation in US? That they
100%.
literally fuck you
Yeah.
over so much that only they stop doing this is when you force them, telling them that you will actually kill them if they don't just stop it.
But we're
Because we
America is at that point, and we're not. We're not. They're still doing it, dude. We got a fucking fake president, bro. We got a fraudulent fucking president.
yeah, so
Like,
so basically speaking, dude, we need to understand one thing. So if USA and Poland, two different places, small and big one, have the same fucking situation, we need to start thinking that way.
yeah, it's almost
There,
like
those are
there's a
puppets,
world
man.
government.
Yes, those are just puppets, man. Those are
Yeah.
just puppet people
Of a
who
world
doesn't
government.
care
Yep.
of their people, bro.
No,
Who doesn't
100%.
care of their people.
No, they fucking
Like,
absolutely don't.
dude, I always try to give the comparison when I talk to Polish people that think of it that way. When you had a king in old times, king was afraid only and only about his own people. But because if he treat them well, if he treat them bad, right? Those
Yeah.
people would just
Just
go
kill him.
rebel
Yeah,
against him. Yeah, just
absolutely.
kill him.
Yeah.
Right now, if you see what politics does, they are not afraid of people. They are afraid of their
Yeah.
bosses or somebody else.
They're afraid. Yeah, exactly. They're
So
afraid of their
basically,
money.
we are not their people, bro. It's
Totally
either
not.
you are not people of U.S. government, as same as I am not Polish person of Polish government. Same story. And
So
probably, bro,
basically,
probably if
we have the head of the same snake. We got to do the same
yeah,
thing.
dude. If we go with the strings,
But who is
probably
it, man?
we end up with the same puppeteer.
The
Yes,
central banking
yes.
system has something to do with it.
Right.
One of them. That's
Yeah.
one of them. That's one of them.
But who
But, like,
controls that, man? Who controls?
we go further. Exactly.
It's so hard. It's all
I mean,
compartmentalized.
I will tell you this, okay? So
Yeah.
BlackRock and Vanguard did
Oh, yeah.
a lot of good thing.
Oh.
Good. I'm sorry. They did a lot of stuff to hide themselves from public. You get it?
Oh. Oh,
So
yeah.
don't get me wrong. If I was to be actually the most important person in the world, right? You don't know that, I know that, right? That
Yeah.
I'm the most important person in the world. I own banking system. I own government. If I say something, it happens,
They do
right?
it. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
exactly what they're
wouldn't
doing.
want to anyone know my name,
Yep.
right?
True.
So that's the point. We don't know that because this person wants this to be like that, right? To be
Yeah.
the hidden puppeteer.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So basically speaking, dude, even I believe that the BlackRock and Vanguard are the last strings, dude. There is somebody on the top of the chain who actually pulls those strings. But bro,
Maybe
at
not
this
somebody,
point,
but there could be some group even,
yeah,
right?
that's what I wanted to say, bro. Because
So-
we are going into some conspiracy theories.
Picture
it's
it-
either a group of people or some kind of a force we don't know
Yeah.
yet, dude.
It's like
Because-
America's like the Royal Guard, and the BlackRock and Vanguard are like the Royal Finance Treasury.
exactly.
You know, so
But,
it's
like,
like who are they
who would be
protecting?
capable
Yeah,
of
who's
actually-
above that? Yeah.
Who would be capable, bro? But think of it that way. What kind of human being is actually capable of comprehending this kind of power? Bro, if you walk on the streets,
Yeah.
even if nobody knows that you are you, if you actually dies, whole world just goes fucking nuts
Yeah.
because you controlled that and the head just went down. Like, I can't believe there
Or
is fucking
they
human
already
being
have
that
somebody
can't
to
comprehend it,
replace
bro.
them, just like the
Because-
Hydra.
because it's literally just, bro, you are literally a human god being right now. If you say something, it happens. If you want to kill somebody, it
Oh.
disappears.
There's definitely a lot of rich people that do that, right?
I mean, yeah, but I guess there is somebody higher, you know?
Yeah.
Like a person who actually holds the strings of it.
I-
Like who and
I-
where?
Who and where? I
Mm.
don't know. At least that's what I would assume. All right, here we go. We're next topic. I think we can move on.
Oh,
What do you think?
yo, man.
Here we go. We defeated the
I'm a
Nazis.
Polish fucking person.
Here we go. Here we go. America, we defeated the Nazis, Dex and Shedey. All right. However, Werner von Braun. Well, he was the head of the
know.
rocket department over at NASA. He was a Nazi scientist, rocket scientist, literally. Walter Hallstein, he became the head of the EU Commission. Adolf Halsinger, NATO's chief of
NATO.
staff.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
Kurt Waldheim became the Secretary General
Paper
of the
clip,
United
my
States,
friend.
bro.
Of course, I know
United
that
Nations.
shit. I know that shit.
So did the Nazis lose or did they merge, bro? Sheddy, what do you think?
Oh god, you started it. Okay, so first things first, dude. I know this shit, and I will start with the fact that I'm aware that IBM was supplying the most amount of computers to Auschwitz in 1993. Sorry, 1939. So basically, I know this stuff.
That's where a lot of the
me-
servers are coming from too. IBM.
Yeah, I know that, bro. So the company who was Jesus Christ, what was the name? Oh my god, ensuring the Auschwitz was Allianz,
Yeah.
existing to this day. So
I'll be right back.
yeah,
I'm gonna go take a break real quick. But Sheddy, Dex, Go ahead and
Yes, sir.
when Sheddy's done, then you rip it. I'll be right back.
You actually picked the hard subject for a Polish person. I mean, what can I tell you here? It's wrong, dude. I mean, wrong. Why the fuck you actually help those people? I mean, I understand the businesses and shit, but like, dude, come on. They were fucking murderers. They murdered millions of people because of a stupid ideology, man. Like, there is nothing to actually say here that they did anything good here, bro. So helping them, like think of it that way. Those people were there because USA government helped them escape from NRDA to not get killed by the people who wanted just the justice, right? I mean, Dex,
I think
what's your opinion here? Because I actually can't find a contrast to start saying anything here because it's
yeah,
too
I
too
I
general here.
think with these type of ordeals, right? Allies, we defeat the Nazis, right? So we're talking about a war here. I think the victors of every war rewrite the history. If you're not alive during this time, if you're not experiencing this, you will really never know the truth behind them. What's going on, what happened. The people who win the war, they get to rewrite the history.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
Dex, but like think of it that way.
So
When the war
if
ended, yeah, right? When the
if
war ended in
even if
45,
these people are truly evil people, we don't know. You mentioned ideologies. We don't know their ideology going forth into war. We don't know so supposedly they went to go conquer. They had millions and millions of followers, man, who believed in what
uh,
they
Yeah.
believed in,
Oh,
right?
and then also
Dex,
too,
I was Dex,
if they're
Dex, Dex.
really speaking of
I'm living in a.
ideologies, hold on. Speaking of ideologies, exactly like what you're saying, we were told throughout history, everywhere, all across the planet, that Nazis were horrible, terrible people. Yet, why did we have these people with those ideologies in any form of our governance?
Yeah, so
So
Right.
now they're
again,
influencing later
yeah.
generations of our
So
government.
okay, I got my contrast. Okay, so first things first. You need to understand what happened, actually what happened at like 1945, okay? So
Nobody really knows,
so
Shed. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, so I'm actually living in a country which got raped because of 1945, okay? So hear me out. I don't know who and why got this fucking idea, but basically, when the war ended, Nazis literally got a solution to escape to US because
And
NRDA
South
people,
America.
their own people, you get it, their own people wanted to kill them all because they were aware that they literally made them murderers. You get it?
Mhm.
The worst part is that after war ended, there had to be something to give to the Russians, so-called ZSRR, right?
Yeah,
Basically,
USSR.
yeah, exactly, to basically stop the push of the war. And this is where Polish people comes in because we got sold, man. We literally didn't get any fucking thing after the war till 1989, where we literally had to take something from them. And the truth is, we never did. Because the only thing that changed is that instead of being on the pure Russian influence, Polish government is under every influence, right?
Mm.
So my point is, dude, you still need to understand that when the war was starting, 1939, your own company, IBM, was supplying all the computers and electronic stuffs to Nazis, to the
For
same
both
Nazis
sides. For both
you
sides, yeah.
were fighting. You get it?
Oh yeah.
So truth is, before war started, they already had their own contracts,
Had
man.
their own relationship.
You get it? You get
Yeah,
it? So
I could see
basically
that.
speaking, we already were sold. The truth is, the only variable there was Hitler because he was sick. He was psychotic. He actually at some point stopped knowing what he was doing. And that's true. This is actually true because he had a lot of fucking places all over the Poland, bro. There was even a situation. Yeah, this is an actual true story. He was in a bunker in Poland in the Wolf's Shaniec. and this is crazy bunker, bro. Like tens of thousands of fucking concrete, bro. Actually, if you detonate a bomb, even the fucking water in a glass wouldn't shake, right? So there was a guy who was meant and told to kill Hitler. He went inside this bunker where Hitler has his own fucking, um, group of people with him, and he was like organizing some shit in Poland. He went in, bro, and detonated the bomb in his suitcase. The truth is, nothing happened because there was a big fucking table, bro. You get it? And the table even saved the fucking Hitler. You get it?
Mm.
My point is, there was so many people who wanted to kill him that this guy was psychotic at this point. He thought that everyone is aiming a gun at his head. So, if not Hitler, whole war was actually set up, bro. Like even before war started, your own people were supplying shit to Germany, right?
Bro, it's
So
like Project Paperclip, Project Blue Book, like
yes,
exactly what this is showing. Yeah, like if the whole thing was awful in our
and
America,
bro,
yeah,
if you as a country give those people this kind of positions, like head of
yeah, you give
NSA,
them
head
a
of
ton of power. It's
information,
a ton of power.
bro, these are your friends. You
Yeah,
get it?
they now
These are
became your
friends, not
ally.
your
Yeah,
enemies. These are your allies. You are
right,
helping them to escape, to get a position, to not get wrecked.
100%.
So
Yeah,
this just shows pure thing. We are as people getting played as people
yeah.
by our governments for years, man, for years. And it doesn't matter if it's USA, it's
I think
European Union,
like
everything.
Werner von Braun, I think he was the head of NASA, which was like the Nazi aerospace like institution or something like that, right? And then he came over to US and was like part of, and that's when they started NASA.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, so I think we're good, but it is really interesting. All right, Dex, I'm gonna play a video with this one. So this Republican representative here, and this is for you too, Shedey, Thomas Massey, says every Republican congressman has congressman and woman, has a Jewish handler from the AIPAC. And I'm gonna play the video of him saying it. And this is our he's one of our Republican senators.
Right.
So this is his own words. This is a guy doing this every day. This is what he does for a living, and here's what he has to say about it. So here we go.
Come to me and say, that's wrong what AIPAC is doing to you. Let me talk to my AIPAC person. By the way, everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What does that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC. They're probably a constituent in your district, but they are, firmly embedded in AIPAC. And
Every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side.
And it happens on the Democratic
side. When they come to DC,
side, too.
you go have lunch with them, and they've got your cell number, and you have conversations with them. So I've had
That's absolutely crazy.
I've had 4 members of Congress say, I'll talk to my AIPAC person. And it's literally what we call them, my AIPAC guy. I'll talk to my AIPAC guy and see if I can get him to, dial those ads back.
Why have I never heard this before?
It doesn't benefit anybody. Why would they want to tell their constituents that they've basically got a buddy system with somebody who's representing a foreign country? It doesn't benefit the congressman for people to know that, so they're not going to tell you that.
My APAC guy. Do you remember when Kanye spilled the beans and you told us about how celebrity?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. And then it goes into here. The U.S. House Representative passed a resolution equating anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. And guess who voted no against that? Thomas Massey. He votes no against all the Israel stuff. And AIPAC, we can look at them up real quick. AIPAC.
Israel something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't check that. But you know what? Funny story. In Europe, we actually always say that USA is literally on the Jews' influence. Like literally, what Jews says, USA does. So
And there's so much crap going on there saying that that's not true. So you were getting gaslit
yes, exactly. This is what I told you,
by
bro.
our own fucking
Like,
people. Yeah.
like conspiracy theory in these days is when you do not believe in something.
Yeah, when
So
you
they
don't have
tell
an
you-
open mind
yeah.
to hear.
So
Yeah.
basically, they tell you to not believe in this, but you should.
Absolutely, dude. And they bullface lie to you. You right? They just lie
Exactly.
straight to your fucking face and go, "That's not true." Meanwhile, it is fucking true.
Yeah, of course, you're holding his hand. Straight
And
red handed.
and he
Yeah.
hit
Not my
the
hand.
nail on the he hit the nail
Not
on the
my
head
hand.
saying, "Oh, the reason why people don't hear about it is because it's not in their benefit." Absolutely, it's not. Nobody wants to hear, like exactly like you said. The people, us, I don't want to hear that we're doing favors and taking orders from another fucking country. Every one of our fucking congressmen,
Bro, this is
every
literally the
single
same-
one.
Same as in Poland. Every single politician in Poland is on German/France/China/Russia/USA
Yeah.
lobby fucking business. So same shit here.
It's like then
Same
you know your country isn't your country. It's
Mhm.
so okay. So we're somebody else's fucking country.
Yes. Exactly.
So like just like you said earlier, where you're like it pisses you off when you hear that your country is putting those other countries' fucking affairs, like Germany and what's the other one? I can't remember what you said, but ahead of your own people. They're putting their interest above the people of the country's interest, and that's exactly what's fucking happening here. And it's very, very, very fucking frustrating when we should be a constitutional republic where it's all about the people. The law is all about the people and protecting the people. That's what our fucking forefathers did because of this bullshit. So, anyways, Dex, what do you got to say about? I'll let you guys rip on this one. Go ahead, take the floor.
Yeah, I think this is this thing has been actually like openly talked about by like certain people that ever like these people who are influencers and they push on us through media and just hire people who people go to look at as like their idols, or like you got Donald Trumps, you got Kanye West, you have just anybody of influence power has people they go to. These people are handlers. These people are people who basically keep them in check, keep them in track. If they start speaking out against the agenda, they get shut down. The handler then goes on to let others know what's going on, and basically just keeps them in check and continues the agenda. That's what I'm getting from this. Is this real? I don't know, but it has been spoken out against before by people like Kanye West, by this guy. So it's not a new conspiracy. It's been around for a little bit. And I could see it. I could see it being a thing, man. I think this is interesting. I think Tucker Carlson doing what he's doing now after getting fired from Fox, he's going hard, man. I like to
He's
see
definitely
this.
going hard in the paint.
I mean,
bro.
I would like to
Um,
only to end this subject point one thing because it's literally purely visible that USA government has huge conflict of business considering the fact Israel versus Palestine conflict. Actually, oh, and Iran bullshit, like Israel versus Iran. That's my point.
Oh,
It shows
100%.
that they literally want to help them, but they can't. This is how it works. They want to help them because this is like their own interest, but they can't because this is not of an interest of USA people. And it happens. So just try to look at this as a US citizen, I guess.
Yeah, it's just frustrating because it's exactly like what you said. It's a conflict of interest. It's like why do they have that much fucking influence
This
over
shouldn't
our,
happen, man.
yeah.
This shouldn't
Why?
happen at any point. This should never happen. That different country rules different country. You get it?
mhm.
It shouldn't happen. It's literally we got invaded, man. Like
Yeah,
oh,
compromise
oh,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Even conquered at some point because think of it that way. you have a ruler from different country. Come on.
Yeah.
He doesn't think of you as your people.
No.
You're his slaves. His things, right? I mean, we have the same thing here.
It's tough, man, because it's like, at what point do you say, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with sending all of our our tax dollars, our military defense. I'm cool with going without to benefit these other fucking countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
What time do you say where you're not cool with that? At what point? And saying anything like, I'm not at this point in time, I'm not cool with that. Now you get attacked. Or you get shut down online. So I'm gonna say I'm not cool with it. I'm not a big fan. Right? I don't know. All right. Well, what? Any more food for thought on that one, Dex, or are we good to move on?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Okay, we got here. Here's another example of how this ties into that. This is Ben Shapiro's, one of his speeches about telling people to go to church. And it says 66% of Americans who attend church weekly or almost every week are sympathetic to the Israelis, right? Compared with 13% who are sympathetic with the Palestinians. As opposed to sympathy for Israel drops to 46% among those who never attend.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So you get a 20% drop in sympathy for people who don't attend church for Israel. So basically, you get less than half the people agreeing that we should be supporting Israel's fight against Palestine right now. All right, what do you think about that one? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. We already went over this. Yeah.
I'm asking Dex about it first,
All
actually.
right, Dex. What do you think?
Wait, okay. So they're saying that Christians. Wait, what is they saying again? Let's read it. I can't read
It's
it.
basically saying that regular Christians who go to church, right,
Right.
support Israel.
Oh, okay, yeah,
more than people who are not non-Christian.
Look, this is good. I'm a Christian, so.
So you support the Israel? Okay, all right.
No, I think it's absolutely no. But I don't attend a church, so there's probably Christians who are like, oh, he's a hypocrite, whatever. That's fine. I believe in Christianity. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus, but I believe in my relationship with God, my relationship with Jesus, not everybody else's. I hope people seek and find him, and do their own thing and become their own man through God. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that could be true, and if it is true, I've never really felt right going. I've been to church, just I don't feel any closer to God going to church than if I just practice the word, learn the word on my own, and becoming closer on my own. Versus, I mean, Jesus prayed by himself.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know what does. But with that being said, I don't know if Christians as a whole really believe this. They probably do. They probably fucking do, dude. And that's sad. Because this whole thing, I mean, we looked at what was it, GDP? Is that what it is? Of Israel versus Palestine, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We're giving them the same amount in tax dollars to support them than what they already make. Yeah. They're funded. They're plenty funded to defeat them in this war. Yeah. What the fuck is happening here?
I need to point one thing, okay? Are you actually supporting Israel in here?
Fuck no.
Because I want to point one thing, okay? I do not support Palestine, but I understand the situation with Hamas. Do you understand the situation with Hamas?
I don't support either one. You know,
No.
and when
Dex,
have they
I will-
supported
wait,
Christians? You know what I'm
Dex,
saying?
Dex, this is why I want to point it out. Okay, so I actually managed to dig a little bit about like all this conflict with Israel and bullshit. And don't get me wrong here, okay? Hamas is wrong. Okay, these are terrorists shooting, bombing, and being bad. Okay, but you need to understand that terrorists has their own ways to enslave people, and here is how. So in Palestine, basically, Hamas forced Palestine people to join Hamas. Basically, you either join Hamas or you either die. So at this point, you have either dead people or Hamas Palestinians, right? So these people doesn't necessarily follow the Hamas, right? But in eyes of Israel, they are literally all the same. It doesn't matter if you're a kid or a fucking woman, you're gonna get shot, right? So my point of view is any conflict right now is bad, especially if normal citizens dies. Okay? And from my perspective, and don't get me wrong, Israel is shooting to too many children and too many women, saying these are terrorists. Okay? Don't get me wrong here, but these are not exactly terrorists because those are people who are being fed by any global um, movements who literally help people in conflict, right? Different story is with Israel versus Iran conflict. This is actually a conflict, and here I would say one thing. You should check that actually Israel bombed Iran department on their own soil. You get it? So don't get me wrong, but like country's department in USA is literally a piece of soil you gave to the other country. If you bomb this piece of soil, it's like you literally bomb country. So this conflict is literally, from my perspective, a little bit too much provoked from the Israel side. And I see no connection, dude, between Christianity and supporting Israel. Furthermore, dude, in Poland, like I would say 80% of Christian people are against Israel. Get this. I would say even 90% of Polish people are against Israel. And we have Christian community. So
This was
think of it that way.
this was talking about Americans, though.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
think of it that way. I guess there is
But-
no connection between Christianity and supporting Israel, man.
Yeah,
At
it's
some point.
it's the way Christianity is taught here in the States is what it's kind of
But
alluding
yeah,
to.
I would say you have different approach of how Christianity works in USA. Like that's definitely true. Your Christianity is definitely different than European one because we have much more influence from the Vatican. Definitely.
Yeah.
But you know, God is a God, bro. God is a God. If you believe in a God, you believe in a God, and that's it.
Yeah. I believe I'm a spiritual person. I believe there's a creator entity.
Yeah. So you believe the same as I do. You ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
You believe in
totally.
something you don't know what.
I'm kind of agnostic at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But would I like to not be agnostic and actually know, like, okay, where are we from and what's our, like, I have an idea of like what our purpose is, what's the purpose of life and meaning of life, but what I don't understand, the part I'm missing is what is our origins, our true origins,
You
like-
want a crazy thought about the meaning of life?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll hear yours.
You want to get my opinion about it?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be short. The
Go for it.
meaning of life for human being is to conquer death, and we're gonna die as long as possible when to the point where we actually conquer it. But that's my point, bro.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah, because think of it that way. The only thing we're scared of as human race is death. You get it? But the truth is, we already managed to think over possibilities, imaginary ones, but possibilities, how to avoid it, how to conquer it, and we
But
always lose, but we always
what
try.
if conquering death prevents you from your next stage of life.
Yes, this is another thing, dude. But truth is, dude, you need to understand that the point of view is all you have.
Right,
So
yeah, your
as
perspective,
long
yeah.
as you don't know what's on the other side, dude,
You'll never know.
and this
Yeah.
is all you have, actually. So from my perspective, and I had a lot of, let's say, death around me in my family, I could say this: you don't want to die, and you want to live. And if you can live forever, dude.
Yeah.
Go on with the next one, man.
No, you don't want
Alright,
to.
Dex, what do
You
you
don't
got?
want to live forever, man.
It's tough.
Actually,
So
dude, I would like to. I don't care about being lonely or things like this. Don't care. I don't want to die because I lost so much life.
I have a zeal and a zest for life as well. I am not particularly looking forward to dying, right? Because you don't know, right, what's on the other side. Realistically, you have people
Can't
have
be
faith.
worse than this.
People have faith, right? You have faith. You don't know, but you believe. Right?
Can't
You
be
have
worse than taxes, bro.
faith.
Mm.
You don't know, right?
Dex, but think of it that way. If you're kind of person who doesn't want taxes and wants people to live freely, and you would be capable of living 500 years, would you be able to
Yeah, dude, I want to
give
be
as much?
enslaved for fucking 1,000 more years. That
No,
would
no,
be
no, no. You
awesome,
don't, you
bro.
don't, you don't understand it. Though. That's not true, Dex. Because think of it that way: people
It is true.
who would be enslaving you would die, and you would not. You would live them through. You get it? So at some point, you would be the person on the top of the chain. So now you are the person who creates the law. Now you are the person who makes the world on your own view. You wanted free people, you can do it. You wanted no tax, now you can do it because for 500 years you were collecting value, wealth, people, knowledge, power. Now you can do it. Truth is, there are conspiracy theories that elites are actually reliving their life for hundreds of years, changing their subconsciousness into different bodies. Theory. True. Possible. Yeah, definitely possible. Because they have insane amount of wealth, which is probably only capable of being gathered in, in hundreds of years. Who has hundreds of years? Nobody. You will die. I will die. But if you would not to, then you would save your money constantly over and over again, building your empire. That's probably what happened.
Sorry, I'm replying to another comment there. Yeah, I just, yeah, meaning and purpose of life and existentialism is a tough one. Everybody's got their own take on it, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's why it's hard to like say a bunch of stuff about it. I do know mathematically, so if you believe in the, oh gosh, why can't I think of it right now? If you believe in, fuck, what is it called? Why is it's escaping my mind right now? But it's what is it? The principle of anything that can happen will happen. What is that called? Why is it out of my mind right now?
Happens, man. Dex, what would you do if you were be elected to the next president of USA?
Call a
Murphy.
national emergency.
Murphy's Law, right? Sorry. Murphy's Law is like anything that can go wrong will go wrong, right? And then there's like another like, and that stems from like a Greek philosophy. Of
Oh, it's all about the destiny.
Yeah,
Bro.
given enough time, anything that can happen will happen in the universe because the universe is infinite, right? Quote unquote. So that means if you believe in that, which most
Technically, death is not real.
well, no. Well, technically, it's
Listen.
not because all your particles cannot be created or destroyed, right? Because they will
Right.
go on after you cease to exist. But
Do you know what
with
you
unified
have
field is?
to
Do you know what
play the game.
unified field is?
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
the
God
unified
mode
field
in
theory,
the
yeah.
video game becomes pointless, bro. Okay? It literally becomes a shit show.
Yeah.
You can't have God mode, bro. You cannot have immorality or immortality because
You can.
there you can't if you have people who aren't dying, the game's over.
That
The
well,
game
you can you. It does exist. Immortality does exist in the sense
Yes,
of
bro. Yes.
other beings, but maybe not for humans. As humans, we can't comprehend infinity, right? Like your brain literally cannot. Like you get the concept, but you cannot actually think of infinity. So we all we know, everything we know has a creation and an ending, as far as we know. But so the Murphy's law.
that's
So if anything can happen, so that means if there's a potential for a god, that means there is a god, right? Because there has been enough time to have been created a god, because there's been an infinity before our existence as we know it, so of time. And then on top of that, like there is no atheism of no not creation, because there was no big bang in the sense of the way they say it is, because you can't have nothing. You can't create something from nothing, right? You cannot. You can take any calculator and take the number 0 and divide any number by the number 0, and all you're going to get is 0. However, you can take the number 1 and to basically turn it into 0.9999999 for infinity, and a variation of ups and downs in between that, kind of like pi, right? So you're going to have a whole reiteration or algorithm of numbers from that 0.999, but it's still considered a whole unit of 1, right? Even though
Yeah,
it is
so
technically 0.9999. So, and there is no not, right? So there's only iterations of highs and lows. There is no negative. So like negative
that's
stuff.
not true. Wait, that's not true.
There's
And I will
there's
tell you
plus or
why.
minus. There's plus or
Yeah,
minus,
yeah.
but there
So,
is.
so listen. But you have to understand that there is something called antimatter, right? And literally, it's just the opposite to matter, right? And at this point, you need to try to imagine that black hole has its opposite white hole on the other side. As we have our matter life here, there should be kind of an antimatter life on the other side. It's just a concept of theory, but from my perspective, dude, I believe that there
At
might be something with it.
even in black holes, right? So those are just theories, and even in black holes, there's still matter, right?
Yeah,
There's still
because it
something
actually
there,
exists.
because there is no nothing in the universe. Every single space in the universe is filled with some sort of something. And
Yeah, but like
the
one
true version of antimatter
one
and
thing.
negative existence is the ceasing of existence, and there is not ceasing of no cessation of existence, because
Remember,
that would mean there is no time, and there is
it's
no life
definitely not
and no movement.
comprehensible for human brain. But like one thing I would like to point out, bro, about like
What's up?
what you were talking about the Big Bang and shit. So there is this big scope we have right now, which is somewhere in the cosmos right now, but it's so technologically advanced that we are capable of looking at the close to oldest stars ever created, right?
Are you
And
talking
if
about
you
the
know
James
how,
Webb telescope?
yes,
The
yes, but
James
my
Webb
point is,
telescope fucking makes shit up all the time, dog.
I
You
mean,
already know
dude,
that, man.
yeah,
It's like a
I
giant
mean, yes,
echolocation.
yeah, but like you need to understand one thing, which actually is true, okay?
Yeah.
So basically speaking, when you look at the star, right,
Yeah.
you might not be looking at something that already
That
you might
is,
be
it
looking
might
at
be
something
gone
that is
already.
already
Yeah.
not existing. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But that
So
doesn't mean it
when
doesn't,
you
like it
no, no,
doesn't.
no. You need to understand one thing. So when you take your scope and you start going backwards, right? You expand your point of view, right? So when you start seeing older and older and older stars, scientists happened to, let's say, find out a way to, let's say, measure the age of the star by the color of the spectrums, right?
Yeah.
So when they found out some of the oldest stars on this scope, bro. I get it that it's making a lot of errors, but some data is actually accurate, bro. They found out some stars that tends to be older than the possible age of Big Bang. You get it? Older. So at this point, if we manage to find at least one star which tends to be older than the possibility of Big Bang, then the theory of Big Bang is a fucking bullshit, man.
Correct.
Because
I
there
agree.
were already stars existing.
Correct. There is no not existing. That's my point. In reality, in Shedey, in reality, there's only highs and lows of infinity. Okay, you can go to an infinite high or an infinite low. However, there is no negative because negative and positive never really intersect. They never intersect. They never intersect.
Yes, in reality, yes, it's called real numbers.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So the only,
zero.
as we know, because we had to create a version of plus and minus of things, right? For quantitative, for quantitative purposes.
Sorry,
but
it's called wait, in Polish it's liczby zespolone, but in English it was numbers. Wait, what was it? I was curious, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
complex numbers, of course.
Yeah, that's why there is
electricity. Yes.
But that's like multiplication is just like a multiplicative factor of whatever you're doing, whatever quantitative number. But like there is no zero. There's only abstracts of -1 or +1, right? So and zero just means the balance, right? So like,
I mean, I will tell you a different way. Like minus and plus are.
If I could write it down, I could show you.
Vectors are just the vectors. You get it?
Yeah. They're exact. There you go. Yeah.
Just the
and that's just for us to visually represent things in our mind. How do we can create? Yeah.
Yes.
But in reality, there is that doesn't exist, right? It's only groupings of one infinite whole number, and that's why they're even proposing, which has been a theory for a while, that like I don't know if you've seen. Man, we went real off topic with this one, but this is interesting. I do like this stuff.
It's a podcast.
But you know, like, so an atom, right? How it has protons and neutrons in it, right? And then it has a certain amount of electrons that gravitate around it. Okay, just like I want to say, what is it? Hydrogen has like one atom, and then so on and so forth. Oxygen, I think, has like 8 or something. Anyway, so or carbon's 8. I can't remember. I have to look at the periodic table. But anyways, but that electron is just a probability field. That electron doesn't sit there and cycle around an orbit around those protons and neutrons. It doesn't stay there. It comes in like a probability point cloud. We know where it could or couldn't be, and it just blips in and out of existence. And so they're coming out with this theory that this electron is moving so fucking fast and imperceptible to time that it shows up in every single atom, and that all matter is made up from one fucking electron. Because it's moving so fucking fast. And which is funny because there's like the Pauli exclusion principle, where it's like two things can't occupy the same exact space in the same exact time.
Are you implying about one thing that was saying that unified field? You should check it, bro. Like this
unified field theory is like
when you go down,
almost like string theory, where it's like everything has an operating field or the aether.
Yeah, but like truth is, bro, I believe that there might be something with it. Okay.
Who knows, man? It hasn't been. Yeah, it's still up in the air. We're still learning.
Because when you start using your mind and you actually start thinking things, sometimes you manage to create something new. You get it?
Yeah.
Some thoughts that were probably never created.
Yeah.
Question is,
as far as we know, right? I'm sure it probably. existed in
Right?
some form. Yeah, but as
Yeah,
far as we
but
know,
like
we don't
where?
know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
where? All right, Shedey. That was Dex. What do you think about all that? Dex, I can't hear. You're muted, Dex.
Yeah, Dex is gone.
Yeah, he's there. He just got popped
Sorry,
up.
I had to handle some stuff, but we'll fill me in. Last,
No, it's too
5
much.
minutes.
We'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We kind of just went way off topic about numbers and shit. So anyway, all right, Project Blue Beam.
Yeah, anything science is gay to me. So
All right.
Yep.
All right,
Yep, let's just go ahead and get that.
let's go ahead and say that Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that about a supposed project whose purpose is to create an artificial second coming in order to control people. As per this alleged theory, and the New World Order's purpose is 1, to abolish all Christian and traditional religions in order to replace them with a one world religion based on the cult of man, and then 2, to abolish all national identities and national pride in order to establish a world identity and a world pride. What do you think about this one, Shedey?
So I would say this. Something like this is coming. Okay?
Yeah.
And here is why. So in 19th of May, I need to actually grab myself some translations. So in 19th of May, Christian Pope, Mr. Francis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
You're talking about this year?
yes, this year.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
year. So it's like not even a month ago, he forced a Christian law which basically delegalizes miracles, bro. And here is why. From now on, if something happens, only Pope can say if something happened.
As far as a miracle, right?
You can.
Yeah.
No. You don't understand it. To this day, if something happened, something paranormal, right?
Yeah.
It was being
Validated by the Pope, is what you're saying.
but
Yeah.
not really. It was validated by the locals, and then it was sent, further to the Pope.
To
where
the
it was
to the Vatican and then to the Pope.
where
Yeah.
it was further validated. But first, it was actually being kind of publicated. You get it?
Mhm.
It went to the public. Some kind of people knew, people heard. So from now on, if something happens, any priest is forced to silence it all till the Pope comes and says what it was. You get it?
Crazy. Yeah.
So basically, if you, as Adam, would see Jesus Christ coming from heavens and telling you, hey, Adam, I love you, you're nice, and you are, I need to tell everyone. And you even have his face on your fucking shirt because he
it would be illegal unless the Pope said so.
You are now nothing. You even
Yeah.
had a fucking video with him. You made a selfie with him. No fucking chances, dude. Nothing. It's not, if Pope says it's not a miracle,
Oh shit.
it's not a miracle. So they even prepared some kind of law for this kind of bullshit. Because think of it that way. We are at the verge of government showing us a lot of stuff that was hidden for years,
Yeah.
especially about, let's say, unhuman intelligence.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, by the way,
I
gotta pause you there, just to give a shout out to Shenanigans. Thank you for the subscription, Matt, brother. Me and Dex do appreciate it. It goes to the Dex and Adam Fund to produce this high quality content for you guys.
Yep.
It costs us millions of dollars every single day to run and operate this business, but
Yep. We're gonna need about
every cent you
80
guys can throw.
million.
Yeah.
80 million by the end of the month.
Every
to just
cent.
continue.
We need it all.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
take from your brothers, sisters, take from your
Mhm.
family and just forward it
Yeah.
all to us. Give it,
We
yeah.
need the. We're gonna go to space soon, so
Yeah.
we need to buy a green screen, and we need to buy some type of low gravity equipment to make it
Yeah.
look like we're in space.
Yeah.
So
Hold on, Dex. I think I'm already there.
hold up.
I'm in
Oh.
one. Whoa, one.
Whoa.
This
whoa.
is one giant step for man.
Whoa.
I'm in space right now. Dex, tell my family I love them. I'm fine. I'm dying. Can't breathe. I'm in space right now.
But yeah, I wanted to say you can't breathe. Just end this misery already.
all right, Shedey, go ahead. Go back to it.
Yeah, so my point is, we all know that religions were made to rule people, right? We know that this is true. So
Is this
I will
true?
say one thing. Okay, so I will say one thing.
think
This
so,
is gonna be
man.
a little story, okay? So I had a little bit, probably more connection to the Christian church than you both had, and here is why.
Okay.
So when I was younger, let's start with this. My
Were
family,
you a
especially
choir
mother,
boy?
not really, but like my mother was so into Christianity that she literally had subscription to Exorcist fucking
Oh my.
newsletter.
What?
Yeah, it exists. It exists. It
Yeah,
fucking
I
exists.
know. I believe.
So basically speaking, when I was younger, around like 18, 19th, right? Let's say I wasn't a good boy. Okay, I was partying. I had, let's say, friends. We were doing bad shit, some drugs as well. So let's
Sounds
say,
like Dex. Go ahead.
so
Continue.
okay, so basically we've ended up having a little bit shit of a problem with police. Nothing crazy, but let's say
Dex, did this
something
happen to you
happened.
too? It sounds similar.
Nothing crazy, no jails, no shit, but something happened. So
Okay.
my mother was completely infuriated, and she decided that she need to
Exercise you.
yes, and she took me to this kind of place. It's in Poland. It's called Obore for you. It's a church which is, let's say, told to have shit tons of strange miracles, and
Okay.
it was built there because some priests seen Saint Mary here. Okay,
Okay.
basically speaking. So she took me there. Okay, and
Yeah.
to
It's like a
to
holy
point it out,
site. Yeah.
so to point it out, I'm not a Christian person to the point that, let's say, priest says that I would be a crazy good priest, but I'm not going to the church. As I told you, I believe in something,
Yeah.
but not exactly a god. But
Yeah.
think of it that way, that I should, because this is the finish of the story. So she took me there. Disclaimer is, I was biking on very hard when I was younger, especially on Sopot Mountains, and I fucked my nerves on my knees to the point that I had no feeling. Okay, if you were to hit my knee, I would feel a hammer hit. You get it? It was a huge pain. I couldn't even go on my knees, right? So I was in this church. There was this fucking it's called mass, right? No, yes, no, I don't remember. So I was there in the church, and the priest was doing this kind of a ritual where everyone was standing in a line, and he was literally asking people what they want him to pray for. So he eventually asked me, and I just, said nothing because I had empty, completely mind, right?
Yeah.
So he started praying for me, and at this time I thought, actually I'm stupid. I have completely destroyed knees. I have no feeling, and if I hit my knee, I feel a drill pain in my knee, right? So I could say it, but it's too late, so whatever. So
Yeah.
think of it that way, dude. I'm going out of the church, bro, and every church in Poland has like these crazy big heavy doors. You get it? Very
Okay.
big,
Be right
crazy heavy doors. And by by an accident, I hit my knee into these doors, bro, and I felt no pain. You get it, bro? Until this day, I feel no pain on my knees. I literally am a victim of a Christiany God miracle, bro. You get it? And
Yeah.
still, I ask myself if this shit is true. I believe something in Christianity is true. Actually, it is. It has to be. Because at some point, there is no medical explanation to how 1 hour in church literally healed my knees, bro. Until this day, I'm hitting it. And I have at least dozen of people from my school time which
I'm
can
back.
tell you that this guy, no, bro. I have shitloads of people who are using my knee pain to actually, put me down because they knew if they are just hitting me there, I'm dead, bro. I'm literally feeling pain. And by
Shedey, but what
who
does
knows
this
why,
have to
bro?
do with God and Project Bluebeam?
Oh
It,
yeah,
it
yeah.
healed him. It
Yo,
healed him.
God healed my knees.
You got healed? Like legit?
Yes,
Oh
Yes.
shit. Okay.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
seriously until this day, bro. I have no medical and like logical explanation how 1 hour in this particular church, which is told to actually there are many more people who had like kind of medical problems. They went there, they got kind of healed. You get it, even cancers, right? But my point is, I'm not a let's say very good Christian person, right? I
Yeah.
made a lot of sins. I'm definitely a biblical Barabbas. You get it? The
Okay.
one who was chosen but shouldn't be. You get it?
Okay.
So this part, this fucking part is probably true, bro. Because if person like me, who was definitely all against it, was taken there and got healed, and I'm telling you though, it's not a placebo. I'm more than atheist or agnostic
Yeah.
than ever any Christian person believed in God. You
Yeah.
get it? And I still was there. And till this day, I'm asking myself, how the fuck it is possible? I'm scared to
Here,
go there
you
and
ready?
even
You ready
ask
for
the
this one,
priest, bro.
Shedey? So they have done studies of like thinking positively about yourself recovering
I thought nothing.
versus thinking. No. But hear me out. Okay. Just the thought of being like I'm sick can make you sick, right? Or the thought of I'm getting better can make you better. So there is a healing property
Okay,
to
but I don't. You need to understand. In
feeling.
mass, when you are in church, sometimes, even probably in US, right? You go
Yeah.
on this, wooden desk on your knees, right?
No, I'm
You
not
have
saying
to
it's
go on your knees.
anti-religious or
But
anything. I'm
you
saying who
have to.
knows?
No,
There
no,
could
no,
be
no,
a
no, no.
spiritual
I'm
aspect of
telling
that
this to
healing you
Swamp
or
because
making you feel
Swamp is
not.
selling
Yeah.
its placebo, right?
Yeah.
So you need to understand. 15 minutes before that, I was on my knees at the end of the mass, and I was feeling tremendous pain, like somebody was actually drilling through my knees. 15 minutes later, after the priest did the shit, and I was completely unaware, thinking, not, but whatever. This shit is gone. It's 12 years later, dude.
Still
And
feeling
nothing,
good.
yeah, still fine.
Yeah.
I'm scared to my life to go there because I was actually curious to go there and tell those priests that shit, this happened. I'm
Yeah.
actually fucking healed. But at this point, bro, who knows if I go there and my gift will be taken? Who
Oh.
knows that? Who knows how this
No,
shit
dude.
works?
What do you think, Dex?
What happens,
Here
dude?
we go, Dex. Here we go.
Because what I
God
want to say,
shows
what I want to say,
himself to everybody differently.
Yeah.
He shows you, and once he shows you, it is your choice to continue believing and building with him, right? He's not he is in and around our universe. We will never know his capability, his power,
Dex, do
his
you believe
infinite.
that
No,
being a
Or
good
or
person
Dex, it could
means
be
you
her.
believe in
Could
God?
be her power.
Do you
no, we're
believe that
not. We don't believe in the Kabbalah. It's not a woman. Don't give a fuck.
Maybe he doesn't have a gender.
Maybe not, but it's not a woman. Don't give
Oh.
a shit.
Okay.
No. So Dex, another question. Do you believe
Yeah.
that a good person is kind of a God person?
Yes.
That's like the
So you
literally
so,
the
so you
definition of a
don't
good
need to
Christian.
so
Yeah,
wait, so you
somebody who's
don't
good,
need to
does good deeds,
necessarily believe in God.
or one
If you're a
definition.
good person, you're a moral person, you do good to others, you're kind of a God person. Am I
Shit,
right here?
I don't have. I'm not a. I have no idea the judgment of God, but I do believe that we have a jealous God, and we have a God who is so powerful, and that loves us all, because we are His creation. That's all I know. However, He's going to judge us. That's on Him. I don't know. And I think the Bible is the best law of His, judgment. I think that's that's the best explanation. I don't know the best, way to live. The
Do
Bible,
you know what
I feel like
apocryph
does.
is?
Maybe Dex is more like a good person than I am, because like I believe that also our Bible and our religion, our Christian Bible, which a lot of the world has been has
I
been
don't.
like heavily fucking tainted by
New
man,
Yes,
right?
Testament is
yes,
very, very edgy. New
So
Testament
yes,
is very edgy.
yes. By
And I
the
will
way, do you know
say,
what apocryph is? Apocryph? It's those parts of Bible which are said by Christian church.
apocryphal, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So, bro, there is one of them which is tend to be like Fifth Testament. And bro, literally this shit
Are you
shows
talking about the
something.
Book of Enoch?
Uh, yes, bro.
Yeah, Book of Enoch's really cool.
Like I can understand illogical thinking behind the thing that he was in the UFO, that there was some things, but bro, there is knowledge which never existed for 1,500 years when this guy was writing it. There are little
Yeah.
fucking things about
But
astronomy
I
which
will.
never existed this day. Like how this guy could know that?
No, there's a
I,
lot of fantastic things like morally and ethically to that the scriptures
And I
lead you to
believe
do, right? Like they're
Project Bloom, bro, is all about taking all the stuff which is right now,
Yeah.
getting all the truth they can give us, and creating something which can unify people.
That's
Because
where I was
right
saying
now,
like earlier, like yeah, okay, I'm a spiritual person, but and I have an understanding of what the meaning of life is, but I don't know our origins. That's still where the mystery is for me, like because it's been so tainted, and until you actually kind of like Dex. Dex is like he's a flat Earth guy, right? And I'm not 100%. I'm not a sphere Earth guy either. Only because I haven't actually been to outer space to look at what the Earth actually is from because there's arguments to be made either way, right?
yeah, and
I
there's no
get all
360 video of people in space looking at Earth.
right. Like I've never actually been out there in outer space to actually take a look and go, okay, yeah, this is that or this isn't that. So, and same thing with the origins of humanity and religion, right? So it's like, however, I do know that a lot of these origins come from, you know, a similar source, and then they've been reimagined and also retranslated. And then there was like a lot of other books that should have, if you're going to use these books, then they should have used these other books, kind of like you said, like the Book of Enoch. And I think there was like a book of like I can't remember, like and then there was like a whole council. I think the Council of Nicaea were the ones that were like saying these are the books we do use and we don't use. And then they also were the ones that jammed like text from other parts with of territories with other territories text and merged them all together in their belief systems, and then they changed the names around and stuff. So it's really, really, really hard to go with, yeah, this is definitively our religious origins and our origins, and say like, yeah, this is it. But do I believe that there's something there? Absolutely, right? Because why is it throughout the world every nationality, like every territory had their own version of this stuff, right? And they all talk about something came from above, and that's what created us here on the us specifically, not all the animals and everything, but specifically humans and interacted with humans. So what that is, I don't have 100% clue of what it is yet. So
But I believe just to extend off what I said earlier about all the things that I believe in the Bible. I believe there's a difference in murder and killing. There's a difference between thieving and taking, and
Yeah.
there's a difference between destroying and conquering.
what about
Right?
fucking and sucking, dude?
Yeah,
There's a
fucking and sex or sex and love. There's I feel like
Yeah.
there are things that you feel that are evil, and there are things that you feel that are not. And you know those things, and I think it's a bigger spectrum than just good and evil, of course, but yeah, that I mean, just that in itself, the feelings that you have, it maybe it could be
Yeah.
psychological manipulation, and I'm just fucked. But I do believe that we feel these things for a reason, and it comes from somewhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's why you have
There's
sociopathic people who are at the top because they don't feel
manipulating those people. Yeah.
remorse.
They don't give a fuck. I mean, well, we can dive into that stuff for a long time. I think we can move, unless you got one other thing to say, but I think we can move to the next
if you
one.
excuse me, I'd like to answer Swampscat quickly.
Okay,
So,
all right. What is Anus Corwin
JKM
Markey?
is not a Polish Donald Trump, okay? He's a complete idiot. He's a joke. He's a populist. He's a person who sells himself to who pays better. He believes in ideology which pays better. Okay, so he's a very controversial person who even tried to get his votes by telling people that he wants to be a king of Poland. But nah,
King of
my
Poland, all
point is
right.
the difference between
Sounds like
Trump
Trump.
and yeah, but like you need to understand the big difference. The difference between Trump and JKM is literally billions of dollars difference. Okay,
Sure.
Trump is a businessman. He might be stupid. He might be what he is, but he still knows how to make some money. Okay? JKM is just an idiot and he actually has no business and earns money on being a politician. So basically earns money on doing shit. You get it? So he's just a controversial person who means nothing, who says that woman has no rights, there should be in a kitchen, uh, and so on and so on. Basically, that's it. But yeah, I'm actually not surprised that people from USA heard about this idiot because yeah, he's yeah.
Jake, this is the quote that got me right here. If they don't scream.
It shows they want it. Yeah.
Is that something this guy really said? That's
Yes, yes, publicly in a fucking governmental state. Yeah, yeah, yes, man. And this is one of the littlest shit he actually said, bro. Bro, he even he was actually as a Polish person publicly said that Hitler was crazy good, that he understands what he killed so many Jews, blah blah blah. He's madman, bro. He's actually a
Bruh.
fucking madman in flesh.
He
You need
said
to get it.
basically this experiment of women having voting rights is going to end. Women are
Oh,
just dumb animals. I'm glad someone
yeah,
has the
yeah.
courage to say it.
Yeah, but you are reading translations, bro. If I translate
So-
you the actual Polish shit, you would laugh your ass to death.
It's even funnier. All right.
Yeah, this guy is amazing, man.
All right.
Another guy. So if you're interested in JKM, another guy is Grzegorz Brown. This is the
Okay.
guy who used the fire extinguisher on the candles. On
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
Jewish
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So this guy is second to JKM. If you want some more laughs, go to Brown. Mwah! Crazy good guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, if you're Jewish, then don't go. Then you don't like that.
So, all right, we're gonna move to the next topic here. It's just a little cartoon infographic here. It's just showing a guy going to his local
Can we change it?
housing authority, and it says, "I'm here
I
to
want
get
this-
permission to use my own property."
I want this to be. I'm here to get permission to breathe. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Then it's gonna be correct.
Dex, what do you feel about this one?
Yeah, this is how it is, man.
That's how it is
Oh,
in
right.
Georgia too. Like, you can't put up a fucking hot tub without telling the government about it. You know.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, one more thing I just want
Otherwise,
to
you
add.
can't
If you
sell
have
your
a
home.
problem with sexual assault topic in USA, just
Yeah.
get JKM. He's gonna solve it in 1 week, bro. Every woman is gonna hate him, but love you.
This footage is a little grainy, but
What is
it's
this?
just showing it. Some guy. You know, it looks like a. You know,
That's not his car, right?
not his car. He's trying to break into, unsuccessfully. So he sits on top of it. I don't know why. And this guy drives next to him.
Is he trying to shit on the car now? Is that what's happening?
No, he was just sitting on it. Now he's gonna bother this guy for some reason, or this person. Slaps their hood, annoying them. And I don't know the full context behind this, but so he's just and nobody's stopping this guy from like trying to break into that car. Now he's stopping traffic, making a scene. You know. And then here comes a guy on a scooter, and he knocks him off of his scooter.
What
Bro.
the fuck? What
And then he just waddles away.
Wait, what the fuck?
Just the day in the life, man. Just a day in the life. I don't know. There's not really much other than that. I don't know any context behind it or anything. All right, but this one's for you, Shedey. Here we go. Which countries are EU contributors and beneficiaries? All right. So we got
people on scooters are answering.
Why the fuck I'm not surprised by this shit? Why the fuck it's so obvious to me?
Hey, where's Poland at?
Most contributing? Yeah, of course, man. We are the fucking slaves of EU. Don't tell me. Jesus Christ, that's obvious common knowledge here. But bro, send me this. I want this.
All right, it's in there. It's in the pod topic, man. You just gotta scroll up and grab it. I'll send it. All right.
This shit is so insanely crazy that I'm gonna actually send it to one of my friends who's actually a Polish influencer. He has a channel on YouTube.
Oh shit! Okay.
A lot of yeah, because I want him to show Polish people this because they are not aware. They are not aware of this bullshit, man. Like, what can I tell you here? This is insane. Like, we are literally slaving for those three fuckers at the fucking top. Like, as I told you, Germany, Italy, and UK. Like,
and it's all because their politics are fucking bleeding too. So it's the same shit, dude. Right?
Yeah. Like, okay, guys. So I'm gonna give you something. Okay.
Yeah.
So in 2022, there were talks between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, literally Zelensky versus Putin. Okay,
Gotcha.
and they were ultra close to actually get a peace treaty. Right? They had everything done, bro. Army, military. What was there? Equipment, bombs, nuclears, everything.
Yeah.
In 2022, Mr. Johnson, Boris Johnson, you know the guy, right?
Yeah.
At that time, UK Prime Minister, he flew to Ukraine and literally said he won't do shit with Russians and went back to UK. So peace negotiations literally ended on the fact that Russia and Ukraine, it's so told, couldn't, let's say, find a middle ground on the trading field. You get it? That's fucking insane. What they made all the bullshit with military and stuff, and they couldn't agree for trades, for free trading between them. You get me?
Yeah.
So we literally could have ended the fucking Ukrainian war 2 years ago, if not UK Prime Minister. Facts. I'm gonna say it. That's facts. There are documents showing that. So uncovered not long time ago. Okay. So if you want my opinion here, we believe that European Union is, let's say, a totalitarian fucking country right now. They literally create slaves for them to work. That's true. That's what happens. Bro, think of it that way. Okay, think of it that way. They've created.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying all this stuff, and he said they're literally creating slaves. One of the topics that Jake put in there was, or sorry, one of our contributors put in there was, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was the original Globo Homo slave state. It's a whole fucking infographic on it, bro.
But like,
so
that's
you're gonna have to pop in there and read it though. It's too.
Bro, think of it that way. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
In Poland, this is border to border. Poland to Germany. Okay, one border. Okay. In Poland, you earn 1/4 what common person in German earns. You get it? 1/4.
Yeah.
With the same fucking prices, like not even higher. This is insane. Furthermore, okay, they created the fucking market for electric cars, right? And don't get me wrong, German and French and Italian gas cars are good, but electric cars are definitely bad, bro. So nobody buys them. Okay, so because they forced people to buy electric cars, people in Europe started to buy Chinese cars. Don't get me wrong, they were actually just good and cheap. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What European Union did? They forced people to buy European cars by making a tax so bloody on Chinese cars, which is always backwards done. So basically, if you bought a
Yeah.
Chinese car, now you will have to pay another extra $50,000 to $80,000 tax because you have it.
Crazy,
You get
man.
it? So they make everything stupid to just let's say get the money of the people. And by
It's
this,
how it
I
is.
mean they have their own people in all the governments in there, so they decide how to do this. And this just proves this, bro.
He's just. That's pretty much just how it is anywhere right now.
What
Everywhere
is
is
going
like
on here?
cannibalizing their own people and cannibalizing their own fucking
Hold
country.
on, I need to check the chat.
The
because
chat,
something's
oh, the
going
chat,
on
oh
here.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
You
Hold
got
on,
some
hold on.
comments going.
Yeah. What is going on? Yeah, Dex is definitely thinking about something.
Bro, so Shedey was telling me the other night, Dex, about how it's funny when you hear people talking about in the United States slavery, right? And this, and like, oh, we need our reparations, and this is that. And he's like, dude, I'm from Europe. The word slavery comes from fucking Slav, the Slavic people who were the original slaves. That's where the word slave fucking comes from.
Yes.
And
yes.
guess what Slavic people are? White. So white people were the original fucking slaves, dog.
We were the true slaves of
So-
the world, bro. And true
it's
true
really
first
fucking
people
funny,
were
man.
in Arabic and African world. Dude.
Yeah, but because it was like more
Enslaving whites.
recent and more in our cultural lexicon, you know, it's all about where's my reparations? Dex, where's my money?
You don't need to smuggle this car, I guess. You can just actually get it from here. We are ordering US cars for years, tens of years, so ordering something from Poland to US shouldn't be a problem,
No.
I suppose. Like, it should be easy. I just answering, bro. But like,
Yeah, no, I think with the whole China thing, China doesn't really we don't have any Chinese exports for vehicles. We have from Korea, Japan, you know, Germany. I don't think we've had any Chinese ones.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but they are actually very good. Like, don't get me wrong here, Chinese can do good gas cars, but their electric cars, for the price they're doing, don't get me wrong here, they are decent. For this price, crazy good, bro.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard they got like versions of like
Yeah.
Teslas that are going for like 10
European
grand.
Union
Yeah.
literally fights as an unfair business, bro. Basically speaking, this is unfair tactics to block your concurrence. That's it. Like your competition. That's my point. So basically speaking, they force people to pay crazy bloody tax on Chinese cars or either buy shitty German ones. But the truth is, bro, it's even harder because it's not like we are gonna buy ourselves as a Polish people, for example, new cars. No,
All
no.
right.
It's about used electric cars. And the truth is, it actually has another hole in it because it's not about moving the market. It's not about the money. It's
Yeah.
about utilization of it. You get it? Those cars are close to dead, and destroying electric cars is like 10 to 50 times, not 15, 50 times more expensive than destroying, like, you know, trashing the normal gas car, which means German people have big problem to actually, you know, get rid of those cars. So they want to sell it to Polish people. Now, Polish people will need to actually get rid of them. And they don't need to pay it. You get it?
Yeah.
So they even actually give Polish people money so Polish people can buy cheaper used German electric cars. But they are not aware that in 3-4 years, Polish person will have to pay crazy big price to actually get rid of it. While for gas car, you even get paid for utilizing it. That's it. That's my point.
Dude.
So
Sorry,
it's all
Shedey,
about
I
the
was
money, bro.
that's how it is everywhere. I'm looking at so Dead Guys in the chat was telling me to look up these Chinese punk cat cars, man. He was asking if you can, you know, smuggle in one of these. And I was thinking they're like a better version of a Chrysler PT Cruiser. These things are sick,
if you want
dude.
it, I'm gonna just say it. If you want it right
Just
now,
ship it over, baby.
yeah, you should do it SAP before tax goes in, because then you will have to pay like twice the price.
Dude, this
at
thing's
least.
sick, man. Let me get me one of these.
But like, bro,
Okay, so I was teasing Brian. That's why I looked at the Chrysler PT Cruiser just to fuck with them, like, because it's similar, you know, like where it's what do they call those retro mods? You know, where it's like a new but retro styled vehicle. Anyways,
Adam,
yes,
why do you use this infographic? What's the point of it?
because it was one that one of our contributors put in that they knew would make you laugh. So
Oh, that was
this
the point. Laugh.
this
Okay,
this
laugh.
this was a good one to get you riled
I
up.
get it. I get it. I mean, laugh. It's not about laughing, bro. You can cry. You can start crying when you see it.
Yeah. So, Dex, what do you think about this info, bro? Do you think it's fair that some countries get less benefit?
Especially this below, this mine. Yeah. This red shit here. Yeah. About this
Yeah.
things. What do you think about that?
Pretty sure it's self-explanatory, man.
It's like there's the slave class, there's the beneficiary. No. All right. This was a really good podcast. I really enjoyed it, Shedey. Thank you for coming on, man. I think we're pretty much close to wrapping it up. We're hitting our, you know, 2 hour 20, 2 hour and a half minute mark here. Hold on, we got Dead Guys putting the brakes on any of the product. What's going on? What do you got? What do you got, Dead Guys? Ask Shedey about the Geneva Convention and Poland's involvement in the standards. No, we'll be here for another half hour, man.
Yeah, we can. If you want, I can join you in another podcast and just save it for another one. 'Cause at this point, we're gonna sit here another hour. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, you can't. America has the most dominant navy in the fucking planet. Absolutely, bro. Have you seen the fucking the supposed China and Russia invasion strategy? U.S. invasion strategy that got leaked. That supposedly got leaked.
I mean, I'm not sure which one.
Fuck, where's it at, man? I can't. Basically, they're talking about coming over from the through Russia, right? Through the Bering Strait. And going straight to America through Alaska. Because they were saying that they would have to do it through
But like,
Alaska.
you're aware that if they want to literally, oh yes, if they want to attack you, they can just do it. From east, literally.
Yep.
Their east, of course.
It's.
So like.
I think I got this here.
I believe, bro. You need to understand that China is so close to US that they don't need to go through anyone. They just need to go through sea, through fucking water, bro. That's it.
So here it is, right here. Let me put this back up here, and then we go right here. So they were saying that like there was like a leak that, and this isn't it. The leak that I saw didn't look, but this is the concept. So they're thinking about, because they can't come overseas and they can't go through, and I think that's why they're setting up putting a lot of their nationals down in like the Chinese nationals down in like Mexico and at our border, because I think they want to put this push into action. So they definitely outnumber us on soldiers, right? As far as like military personnel goes, but they definitely don't outnumber us in actual armament, you know. So that's their concept. They want to, you know, siege us through Alaska. Anyways, thought that was interesting. But anyways, we can wrap up this podcast. Wrap it up. By the way, Brian, you got here way too fucking late, man. Yeah, you're way too late. You should have been here this whole time. You missed out on a lot of good topics, brother. But Shedey, thank you for joining. Dex, Shedey, do you have anything you want to plug before we wrap things up here?
Guess not. It's your podcast, and I'm
Okay.
here just to give some spice. If you want me here again, I'm always.
All right, absolutely. Thank you. Well, I would definitely love to have you on again. Dex, what do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up? Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks. No, yeah, it was good, man. I think this was the first time we really got a guy's take on things who is from the other side of the pond, and we got some views on some things and information that I'd never even knew, and takes that I never thought of. And Shedey, I think we have discussed the knee thing, the knee story that you had, and I think that story is absolutely awesome, man. I think that's something special that happened with you, and I think I wouldn't be afraid to
Go back.
really believe in that and push further into.
It's not about like I don't believe in this, bro. I'm more like scared to go back there to try to understand what happened. You get it? Because talking
I don't think
about
there is no
placebo-
understand. There's not any understanding.
Because bro,
of it.
we need to get like medical situation here. In half an hour, half half of centimeters of my nerves literally re-rised in my knees. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
We are talking.
Miracle.
I've become a fucking lizard for half an hour. This is insanely impossible, man.
That's funny.
Like for real. So like at this point, at least I can share you this. There is definitely true thing in Christianity. I can't tell you how much percentage of the Bible is still true, but if some kind of
There's
Barabbas
something there,
like me, if some kind of like biblical Barabbas, the one who was chosen instead of Jesus, right, to be saved, gets healed like me, right? Then sorry, but this part about being good, about being selfless, about treating others good and shit like this part definitely hit something, and there is some kind of force that there is there.
It's
So,
definitely
be Christian, bro. Be Christian.
It is really interesting. It is just like what we were talking about earlier. It's like all of our ancestors had similar stories, so there's got to be something there. But what's gotten to our ears and our eyes, which part of it's real, we don't know anymore. It's hard to know, really. Right. And the way they worded things and the way that they intended for things to be understood may not be the way we understand them today. So it's very
I think the more natural understanding you have of a higher power, that you create that self awareness of creator and stuff like that, I feel like you become more intact and more in tune. Don't let people fog your connection. Like I said, Jesus prayed by himself. He prayed to God by himself. He didn't pray with people. So
it's meditation, man.
Something to think about.
Connection is yours.
I think meditation is probably gay, but praying, a little different.
Praying and meditation is actually the same. You're mantraing to the higher force. I'm sorry, dude. This is literally the same.
And Satanism has sorry, I'm addressing dead guys in the chat. Satanism has the same fucking origins, just so you know, man. So all that occultic
actually, Satan
shit
comes from God.
Yeah, man. So same origins, man. But that's just where you align. It's kind of like there's a big push for: are you aligning with good or bad? Where do you fall? So if you're aligning with people that anyway, so all right, I think we can wrap it up, and then we can get a sweet little podcast for going for next week. I uploaded our last 2 weeks of podcasts onto YouTube. Check us out. It might be tough for you motherfuckers to find. I would like for you guys to find us on YouTube. Adam and Dex podcast. But it's not, because it's not a podcast. It's just Adam and Dex. Look us up, YouTube, please, right here. Adam and Dex, right there. Please, we only got 4 subscribers, dude. We got 9 videos going. You know what I mean? And all of it's on there. Listen to us at work. Listen to us on the fucking way to work. When you're bored, fall asleep listening to our annoying shit. Pop these on. Give
There's
it
no
a
way you
listen.
can
Give it a
fall
sub.
asleep listening to these theories, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna.
This will keep you up at night. If you want to
Mhm.
stay up, thinking about some weird shit, do it. And 3 of those subscribers are me and Dex. You know what I mean? Me, Dex,
Yep.
and me again. No. So we got fake numbers here. But anyways, check us out next week. We'll be here again. And I promise next week. I know I've been saying it for like the last 4 fucking weeks. We're gonna stream to YouTube next week as well. So we're gonna stream here, and it will be here and YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, then guess what? You may miss out on all the hot antics, all the juicy goss, dude, all the tea, bro. All right, all the latest events, all the latest news, all the latest crazes.
Next week, Kim K's boobs.
Yeah, next week we're gonna show her and Ray J getting it on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when that video was going around, Dex?
I never watched it. No, I never participated, but I did hear about it.
Oh shit! I wonder if you can find it. I don't know. I remember it was a big thing, and hearing about it, I never, like you said, never saw it. So it'd be kind of weird and gross. I don't know. All right, we'll wrap it up here, guys. I'm gonna end it on the sweet intro. We do have an outro coming. Oh, wait a minute. Whatever. Well, we have an outro. We potentially in the mix. We're mixing up something. We're brewing something up. But all right, I'm gonna hit it on the intro. Later, guys. See you next time. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Appreciate y'all.
Warning. The Atom&Dex show contains adult language, adult content, psychological mayhem. Listener discretion is advised. And now, the internet's most bannable podcast, The Atom&Dex Show.